Yo, yo. Gather round, it's the Butcher stage, where the OG streamer set the page. Add-ons fly like a digital blaze. Kodi's the king, no passing phase. They whisper code, they shout the trends. Diehards know where the story ends. Kodi talk, it's where we roam. Streaming legends, calling it home. What's new, what's hot, what's next to see? Kodi keeps you wild and free. Talk, it's where we roam. Streaming legends, calling it home. What's new, what's hot, what's next to see? Kodi keeps you wild and free. Developers share the secret keys, unlocking worlds with a digital breeze. From movies to sports to tunes so sweet, Kodi's got it all. It can't be beat. Late night streams, early dev dreams. The Butcher's mic cuts through the scheme. Kodi talk, it's where we roam. Streaming legends, calling it home. What's new, what's hot, what's next to see? Kodi keeps you wild and free. Talk, it's where we roam. Streaming legends, calling it home. What's new, what's hot, what's next to see? Kodi keeps you wild and free.
What's up? What's up? Ooh.
Yo, yo. Gather round, it's the Butcher stage, where the OG streamer set the.
All right, sorry about that. All right, hey,
And
what
that
about
on our
Odysee?
behalf, that was amazing.
Yeah, that was no, I didn't make that. Actually, Beach made that. He made that for me and sent it to me, and yeah, it was just. I was like, I just want to have something. I don't even know if I described what I wanted, and that's what he came up with. So it's good. I was kicking.
It's amazing.
All right, so I just wanted to show's open to anybody that has a question over there. I thought this would be a time we could kind of pull some people together that we all used to work on and off on different projects back in the day. I mean, when Lee, I remember with him with the titanium build.
He's saying he can't hear you. In the chat, he's saying I can't hear you, but I can hear you, so I'm reckoning he must have muted his speakers or something.
Lee, what have you done?
All right. Funster's unmuted. Yeah.
I can.
But yeah, just a jamming song.
It was good. It was really good, that was.
Yeah.
Genuinely sitting there going, I like that. That's really good. Thinking,
Yeah,
this is quite riffy. And then I started listening to the words and I was like, actually, that's really impressive.
Yeah,
So-
Beach goes messing with those things, and you know, hey, but I just thought we'd get some people together, see what you're up to. You know, now you got let's see who's over here. You guys remember? I was looking at some of the names. You guys remember Lamo?
Yeah.
No.
Griff's in the chat as well. Look at that. Griff is actually
Griff
here.
in there?
Griff's here.
Oh my gosh. Hey, if Griff wants to come on, just to bullshit.
Have we got subtitles on this?
Nah, yeah, that's true. It's true. It's true. So, yeah.
Skulls is in there. August is in there. Redneck's in there. Basto. Motorman. Nucky's in there as well. Oh, you got a good. Fire TV's just joined as well.
Hold on. So why is my chat over here on the side?
I don't know.
Hey, check. Fire TV.
Oh, look, there's an absolute Scottish muffin in here now. Chantel. One of my friends. Not going to get her on. She can't speak.
Shinobi, what's up? Remember, Shinobi had a playlist, I think, way back in the day. Or an add-on. I think. I remember him having something. Fire TV Guru. Remember him back in the day.
He's still around. He's still very active, isn't he? Still very, very active.
He is. I'm not. I do shit. I ain't doing shit. I enjoy using everything.
Noir's here as well.
I only recognise a few of these names. I'm not going to lie.
So
there's a few old school names there, Nems, but there's a few new ones, which is great to see as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well,
we need new blood, don't we? We need to.
I was about to say, us old fucks can't keep it going forever, can we? We've got to pass it on eventually.
Yeah, if people aren't learning, I tried to talk with Umbrella, and when he was like, there was different issues going on, and he told me, he said that they updated cocoa scrapers, and I don't know, Lee, I don't know if I use Kodi a lot. And for me, cocoa scrapers, you can add Prowler to it so that you can put your API in. It gives you a broader group. It gave me a list. It was like 8 or 10 sites. Extra Torrents was one that you prior could not scrape that, and now you can, as well as things behind Cloudflare. So you'd be able to get in on these sites that were earlier blocked, because that's what's happening. All these are getting blocked by your ISPs, so you can only do so much.
Yeah,
if you just want to stream.
I switched everything, and I mean, my ISP is generally really good and doesn't mess with me at all or anybody else that I know of. But I have like the only ISP that pretty much doesn't.
Our UK ISPs have stopped doing that shit. Well, they still block your torrent sites and shit like that, but I think they've started losing the battle of like blocking streams and stuff like that. That didn't last long. And
they're still trying here, but
yeah,
it's pretty unsuccessful. They do it so poorly. Like they do it the laziest way possible. They try to just use DNS to block everything.
It's because they don't want to block it, really.
There's an interesting one I saw. I don't know if you guys picked up on it a couple of weeks back. Some guy posted on Reddit that he's in Spain, and during like football season, like when the football's playing on a particular day on a match or something, the local ISPs block Cloudflare because they know that a lot of the streaming providers use Cloudflare and completely just wipe out 3/4 of the internet because they block Cloudflare for an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's mad.
That's
but they're not going to be able to get away with that. But they're having to get, the technology's got to get better. And so
every time they come up with new technology, some sweaty fat kid in his mum's basement comes up with a way around it.
Hi, I'm O'Neill. Nice to meet you.
They're pissing into the wind. They're never gonna. There's always smarter people out there that's working behind the scenes than there are that are working for the companies that are trying to make fat cats fatter. So
absolutely.
I think they're pissing into the wind. They're never going to stop piracy.
And I was
here
saying,
in Belgium, they started blocking loads of live sites. And also, I think the latest site blocked was the Internet Archive, the book part.
Well, in the UK, we've got to provide our driving license now if we want to have a wank. So
yeah,
unless you VPN.
Unless you VPN, yeah.
Yeah. So, ImageGur also doesn't work in UK.
That's blocked. That's blocked in the UK now. Yeah.
Is it? Oh,
ImageGur is blocked.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, you got to put a VPN now just to watch a bit of porn. I mean, they fucking joke.
Yeah, the VPNs are going to be necessary for everything, but then
Well,
they'll
making
start
VPN
blocking the
companies richer now,
VPN.
aren't
They're going to
they?
be
Yeah.
blocking that. And
Yeah,
so, right
that's
for
right.
me, what my
Fucking
concern
VPN.
is the Cloudflare, them blocking things on Cloudflare.
That's a bold move, because that is essentially, you know, it's like half the internet, right?
Yeah.
So for a Spanish ISP to basically go, we're going to prevent anyone for 90 minutes to 2 hours from accessing any site on Cloudflare. And they've not done it, you know, like, oh, we'll do a bit of research. They've just gone, no, Cloudflare /6/8 block. So they've just blocked the entire CEDAR of everything that Cloudflare own, and you just can't get to any site that's on Cloudflare.
Like someone will challenge that in a court in Spain. And
Yeah.
Yes.
Italy,
Oh, absolutely.
Italy is also doing that. Very blunt blocking.
Yeah.
It's
But
like
again,
someone's
surely the way
gone,
they
I
get
can
around
fix
it
this
is just
problem.
VPN.
Well, yes, but the way that the guy found the problem was that he hosted a Dungeons and Dragons style website or forum or something like that, and he was getting complaints from people that on a Saturday or a Sunday they couldn't access his site. And he's in Spain as well, and he started looking into it, and then found that this particular ISP was just blocking Cloudflare completely. And he's challenged the ISP about it, and they went, "We were doing it about streaming." There's a big Reddit thread. I'll find it and drag it out and see if I can link it to you guys here in the chat, because it's a really interesting one.
To be fair, I found, because some of the pirate sites that I actually go into the back door into them so I can steal their stuff off them. I actually find a lot of them now are using Cloudflare to put out their streams. And that's so obviously, you know, that's why you're suddenly starting to get top-notch quality streams on, you know, for free, because they're literally using Cloudflare's own systems to pipe out the pirated streams, which I'm surprised Cloudflare haven't actually got onto yet. But I think the way they're doing it is they're like kind of masking the streams as images. So I don't think the Cloudflare, like whatever server security they've got, are not detecting that actually they're streaming like live football games, because they're piping it out as an image, but then a player actually still reads it as a video. There's one site that I've been working on with another dev quite a lot, and yeah, the security behind that site was a bitch. It took us weeks to crack it. And then, yeah, like I said, they've got like all encryption on their streams. It's like a one-time hit encryption key that's only valid for a certain amount of seconds, and then it's ISP locked and stuff like that. But then, yeah, we found out obviously what they were doing was actually piping all their streams through Cloudflare.
In Italy, they're also now trying to find end users of IPTVs.
Really?
Well, yeah, that's. I mean.
Yeah.
But they're only going to go after that so much. It's they got to get the source.
They're already convicted. They're already convicted by a judge. So now doesn't ask 500 euros from them. They have to respond in 7 days.
Wait, so they get a 500 euro fine for watching IPTV?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's just absolutely nuts. I mean, think about like just Wi-Fi. What if somebody just happened to get on your Wi-Fi and watched it, and now you're responsible for that, even if they cracked it? Like, that's nuts.
True.
But you've got kids.
And
your kids go and do something, you know, and
exactly.
You're on the hook for it.
Yeah. 100%. Like there should be many ways to fight that in court. Like just to say I didn't do it. Prove it was me. You know, just because my IP address was on it.
They would need a big reason. The chances of them coming and pegging out one person is pretty low. If you just think of the number of people doing whatever and pulling things off, and if they go after the bad guys, it goes after the good guys too, because when you block shit.
Yep.
So.
And you know, the whole thing about this is nuts to me, because at least in the United States, we see what they do. It's all like, you know, they have all these companies like Ace and all this crap, and they come together and they spend literally hundreds of millions of dollars to try to fight this stuff. And I just always say, if you have that much money to spend it, why don't you just charge people less and you won't see people streaming? Where are you getting all the money that you're spending to fight it?
Right. Well, if you look at the rate of spending to the richest of the rich in people that are like sports and anything we can sell, it's going so fast to grow that group, and the people that make the product are just taking off.
Yeah, I mean, I see these ISPs lobbying the government, and they might spend well over $1 billion in a single cycle just to lobby to get contracts for certain areas, and then lobbying against piracy, lobbying against this and that. And then on top of that, they still got to pay the lawyers, the court, all the court fees, everything that they got to pay to take people to court. And I'm like, you guys could easily just charge much less money every month instead of spending all this money that you're making, and you'd still have the same amount of money. And then nobody would be pirating stuff because they could afford it.
Right.
It goes against the whole principle of what the internet was for, which was an open internet, people to do what they need to do without, harm, of course. But as you say, rich people.
The thing is, it costs you now the price of an average family food shop of a week just to go to a cinema and watch a fucking 90-minute film. So people are going to choose to feed their kids for a week and watch a film on the internet. Or they're going to go to a cinema, pay fucking £20 to sit in a shit uncomfy seat, £10 for a piss poor pot of popcorn. It's they get greedy, and then they wonder why piracy exists.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's gonna happen all the time. People are gonna figure out a way, and I've adapted through as we went through this whole. I think of when I didn't have cable TV, but for a few years, maybe 10 years of my life. And then I've figured out ways from one system to another. And like for me now to stream things through my TV with a Real DaButcher account is the easiest for me. I set up the screen the way I want it to look. Boom. It plays.
But that's because you're minded to do that. Unfortunately, it becomes challenging for the common person, the person that doesn't have a technical insight that wants to be able to do that, which is where your platform comes into handy.
By the Fire Stick man on Facebook, and then they're all
yeah. Well, that's changing as well. Fire Sticks are changing because they're bringing out their new OS, which is Linux based.
Yeah, but it's also they've already said they're not going to stop doing the other one. So the other one's probably got another couple years. It might go 3 years. They're going to push
heavy on the new ones though, because they're going to want to get people cheap. Into it, and they're going to make those cheaper. They're going to make the other ones more expensive, and
but they noticed their sales slump, and the reason why their Fire Stick sold so well was because people were sideloading Android apps to them.
Yeah, so, 100%.
That's why I always say when MuadDib start throwing their toys out the pram and that about they're against piracy and that. It's like, fuck off. You only exist because people use your shit for piracy. It's the same with Kodi as well. When they go on and say, oh no, our app's not meant to be this, you wouldn't be heard of if it wasn't for us third-party developers. You would be a nobody. Yet, for a non-profit company, you guys are fucking making a ton of money. So
I'm still banned from Kodi's website because I called them out on that.
Me too.
I'm blocked by them.
Back in the day, I got banned.
They put some press material out for one of their updates, and the literal screenshot was all pirated films, and I'm like, I've commented going, so you're complaining about pirated material, but your screenshot shows pirated material. No, it's our content. That film's not out of the cinema. That isn't finished in the cinema yet. So there's no way that you've got the poster for that film for local content unless it's a pirated film.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like I said, Amazon will push this new Linux system out, and either someone will port. I mean, Kodi works on Linux for starters, so someone might find a way to port onto it. Or B, they're not going to sell fucking hardly any of them anyway, because people only really, 90% of Fire Sticks are probably bought to sideload Android apps on.
AFTV News has done a story on it, and they've looked into the potentials using the SDK, and they're questioning whether or not they can load Downloader to work with Vega. That's their concern, is whether they can port Downloader into a Linux package for use on that.
But you would have to be given it permissions, and I think that's where they're going to limit what the permissions are that app, because that program can run, but then to run other things, you have to have a permission. And so I think that they're going to limit that. It's going to be where you can't change that. So you can sideload something, but it can't do other things.
It can't exist outside of its own
right. It can't go to your storage because it needs the storage to kind of buffer stuff when you're watching.
Yeah, but that's the same with Android apps. When I've just developed this Android app, it's the same thing. You need permissions. Android apps, you're limited within. You can do whatever you want, sandboxed in within the app's own directory. But if you want to do anything external of it, you need the permissions and stuff. And iOS is, because I'm still trying to port Sports Zone for iOS, and it's the other way around. You can't work in the internal app, that's sandboxed out, and you have to do it external, and I'm just having a fucking nightmare trying to port it over to iOS. I've given up 3 times so far. I will get it done, but yeah, it is a pain in the ass. But like I said, I personally think that if they go down the Linux route, they'll get around it eventually.
But they will see a drop in sales, absolutely.
People will change. People will go from one thing to another depending on
they'll see
the wave goes.
The Fire Sticks and a massive increase on the cheap Chinese boxes.
Yep.
Well, you can get those on boxes. Everyone's pushing. If you go read any forums,
I think that's what you Americans are going crazy about. I hear about them all I keep hearing them about.
Yeah, I mean, they're fine. They're just a cheap. They run Google or the Google TV.
Yeah, they have the same interface like the Shield almost. Or a Sony TV.
Yeah, because that's all running that like Android TV or Google TV, whichever it is that it's running.
It's like the old
but they run on it, but they're cheap. They're cheaper, and they're pretty. I mean, I've got some I've tested. I've got a couple around here because I'll buy it and just test it, and I mean they ran great.
They're fine,
but you don't have the Fire OS. You've got Google Play, which can be a problem.
I would rather have Google Play personally myself. But,
yes,
Back when I first started as a dev, as devs, we used to get sent shit free all the time. I was inundated with box companies sending me boxes.
Oh yeah.
Stuff,
I used to get them on my YouTube all the time.
Yeah, I've probably got about 5 or 6 boxes up in my attic that companies sent out to me and would ask me to review and shit like that. I used to get loads of free stuff. It's great.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Listen, I used to get them they used to email me right through the YouTube channel. They would look at the email and they would send it to me and they'd say, "We want to send you a box. I say, "Look, I'll take your box. I'll plug it in. If it sucks, I'm a nice guy. I'm not going to review it. But if it's good, I'll put it on. And I got because
Lee had. I mean, Lee's channel was rocking when he did that Shield build. That Shield, how to install set up a Shield. And you had that video, and I mean, you had to have made some money on that mug because that was the go-to video that everyone was.
I became like the Shield. Everybody used to say like, "Oh, Nvidia should have sponsored me or something," but they never did. I asked them to. I said, "You know how hard it is to convince a bunch of people to buy a $200 box when $50 Fire Sticks exist? I'm getting them to do it. You guys should send me some free shit," but they wouldn't do it.
Well, I think back in the day, it was more. It was kind of looked down upon back in the day to take money. Like when we were doing when I was doing Kodi add-ons way back when it was like that was an unspoken code. I mean, O'Neill, he was working on those early when this Kodi was like everything's supposed to be free. Open source everything.
Don't get me started on all those arguments. Well, I thought we left that shit in the past with the kids that have now quit the scene.
If I could have got in and been smarter back in those days, looking to make money, but I didn't. I
didn't really want to. That's the funny thing. Like when I was doing titanium, and then that shit just took off.
It did.
I was freaking getting. I had to pay for IPTV level servers just to put titanium on it so that it could download because people weren't able to download. It was just insane. And then I finally realized, it's all these damn box sellers. Yeah. And so I literally started blocking by IP. I let someone connect 3 times a day in 24 hours, and then they were blocked. And then I started getting messages all over the place, like, "Hey, I can't download." I said, "That's because you're trying to download to too many boxes. You sell boxes."
Not gonna lie, I did some work for a couple of box sellers, and they're the biggest scam artists fucking going.
Whoa! Hold on a minute. I made some good money out of selling boxes, and I wasn't a scammer.
No. There's one American guy that I did done work for, and I still think he's selling his shit now. And the guy is literally rolling in money, stitched me up. He literally, he ditched his wife and his kids when he started earning loads of money, got himself this young thing that he thought loved him because, man, the guy was fat as fuck. And like I said,
found love.
Yeah, he's still, like I said, making money. But in fairness, he flew me over to Vegas for a week and paid for everything, and I got to party for a week, so I couldn't complain. But I sorted out all his security and shit to stop his like build being hacked and that. But he did make his own build. He didn't use a public build and then try and sell it off. But he was selling these cheap Chinese boxes, stick the logo on for like $300, and America
$400.
Fucking paying for it, and I'm like, you dumb people, but they did it.
See, I never charged more than that. I was buying MA10s, MA10s, TA10s, MXs. I was buying all them, and I was like adding like 30 quid, 20 quid on top. And even then I was feeling like I was robbing people. But I was doing really well because I had a popular domain name, which I still own now, which is androidtvboxes.co.uk. So I still own that. I've still got the rights to it. And I was doing 300 orders a week. I was just like pumping loads of them out. But so my biggest competitor was Droid Sticks, which then became Entertainment Box. And there was a rumor, a rumor that went out that they got approached and pulled because they were selling devices with un-CE certified power supplies. And I remember the conversation that I saw about it because I was at a music festival and I got a notification through saying that they've just been pulled and they've had all their boxes taken off them because they had un-CE stuff. And I reached out to the guy that I was buying from in Hong Kong and went, "You said these are CE, are they really CE certified?" And he was like, "Well, yes, no." And I was like, "Right, this is bad."
That's a no.
You trusted a guy from Hong Kong was your first mistake.
Well, yeah. I shut that website down off my phone, sitting in a field, like watching a band. I was like, I can't do this.
Was he one of those that answered said, "Oh no, my name is Bob"? Yeah, of course it is.
No, he was a decent. His name was Elvis, actually, and that was no. So that was the thing, because I developed a good relationship with him, and we bought loads. But then I started to buy more from the UK. I found a distributor in the UK that was buying MA10s and MA10s, and the T series. Do you remember the old T series that Hacker Mill was selling at one point? So I was buying a few of them, and there was a distributor up in like the Yorkshire area, and he was shipping loads in, and I was buying like 50, 60 every 2 days off him, and getting them shipped down to me. I was buying so many. Honestly, I was doing like 300, 400 a week on a good week. You know, it was crazy.
If you got to hit, you hit at the right time because see that's.
Hang on.
I look back.
Why the fuck didn't you ever send me a free box?
Because, to be honest, I never actually sent anyone a free box. I never even used one myself. I just used to just constantly get up in the morning, and I was working from home, and get up in the morning, and I knew that as soon as I opened the email, there it was. So I bought myself one of those label printers. I was just ripping off all the labels, printing them off, taking them up to the post office, dumping them on the counter and getting them shipped off. And then I had DPD just picking them up the next day. And that was it. It was crazy.
And that's why you're living in a 6-bedroom mansion now, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, got to live off that YouTube money, guys.
In a minute, isn't he? Asking if YouTube.
Well, you see, so we dealt with Elvis in China. My gardener's called Jesus.
Jorge
and Jesus. Jorge and Jesus.
Jesus is your personal trainer.
It was one of those things that back then, this was, do you guys remember the G-Box? That was like just basically a rebranded MX device. So if you look at the
just an MX, okay.
The old MXs, but they were rebranded G-Boxes. And it was back in the day when NaviX was huge. And everyone was doing NaviX playlists. I saw a market there. I was like, I've got to get
wait, hold on a second.
Go on.
DK.
Hold on.
There you go. Oh, look at that. Look. Genesis.
Remember that? Remember that?
That makes me smile, man, looking at that.
Way back in the day.
What am I looking at? Sorry, I was looking at something else.
Look at the screen.
That's
Look at
some
them.
old school stuff.
XBMC Hub as well. Look. Ice Films. Ice Films was amazing.
Wasn't Ice Films the one that had the ad? Which one was it?
That was iStream.
It had the ad like while it was scraping. It gave an ad to something, and I was like, "How genius that you're kind of making some money."
That was Zunity and iStream.
Zunity used to do it, and then we started doing it, and then there was who was it? His name was Metal Kettle, weren't he? He started piping up saying, and then all his little fanboys started jumping on and that, and shit like that. That we shouldn't be making money off it and stuff like that. And it's like, no, I'm spending hours and hours of my time back in those days. I was going to make a little money just to help pay for some stuff. And so,
yeah. See, do you know what you're missing from that picture though? You're missing the original, not Genesis, when it was Go Movies and Go TV.
Yeah, I remember because.
Phoenix is on there as well. Look at that. Project Free TV. Salts.
Wasn't Salts the one that came after Genesis? That became the big one after Genesis had its trouble?
Yeah,
there were two different developers on that because Genesis
wasn't Salts Norris.
Lambda.
Norris.
Yeah,
Lambda. I think so.
Lambda got run out, didn't he? Because he had an argument with someone, and then he put that malicious code in his add-on that would be.
He was getting just pissed off at the end down there when he was just.
The thing is, when these guys made add-ons as well, websites were a lot easier to scrape back then because you know it wasn't being they weren't hiding behind all this encryption and shit like that. The links were just there in plain sight. It was much easier to make an add-on back then. Than now, websites are starting to because they want to spam you with 54 ads before you can watch something. So they make it very hard to actually scrape. Some of them do.
That was like I was saying earlier about with the Cocoa scrapers. And, I use Kodi all the time. So when I use it, the Cocoa scrapers, they updated it, and it does. Even if you don't do the Prowler, just do with the regular. It's 4 seconds from the time I pick a thing, and there's the links. What do I want? And I could do auto link, but I like to be when I'm looking at the audio. If I'm upstairs, if it's a movie I care about, so I like to pick my link if it's a movie.
Look at Griff's comment.
Yeah, Jesus to come around do my garden for 2 weeks. I love Griff. I love Griff. We've been having a little bit of back and forth at the moment because he's entered the real car world scene now.
Why?
He's gone Lecky now.
What's up, Mike?
He's gone Lecky. Salts was the one that you had to do a bit of setup on though, right? So Salts you had to know a little bit or find a good guide and set a few things up, move a few sources around, and then it worked fantastically well. It was a beautiful add-on, but it was one of those ones that was really underrated because it just sat there for a really long time. No one really touched it because Genesis was everyone's favorite. Phoenix was good. People sort of favored Phoenix, Genesis, NaviX when it was around. They also touched a lot on iStreams, on Zunity iStream, and then like when they disappeared, Salts was like the real big one. It was the new one that everyone wanted to play with, and they got into it, and it just took so long. Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah. Eventually, way down the line, I ended up. What was that? I can't even remember the name of that add-on that I used all the time. But this was like towards the end of like the best era. It was.
There was Placenta. There was Blammo. I remember he was doing.
Yeah. No. It was after that. Gaia. I was using Gaia.
Gaia was.
Oh my God!
I loved that add-on.
Hey, you'd have to click it, and you could go make you a sandwich.
It took a long time, but it gave me more links than anything else.
Like, okay, here's your results.
Like here's 42,674 streams.
Yeah, give me a handful and I'm gonna go. I don't need.
It was a little
Yeah,
extra.
that was a problem with a lot of those. There was a time we were going through them where everyone was copying everyone's add-on and just changing the artwork and calling themselves a developer and that. They were trying to have a whose dick was bigger competition about who could find the most sources, and they were doubling up on sites and. So it's just producing the same links over and over again. And that's I used to some people would say to me, "Oh, look, but this add-on gets so many links." It's like, well, how many fucking links do you want to watch? You
and some of them were just a duplicate of the same site.
Yeah, it would just called it the scraper. It was going to the same website to pull that data, but it was under a different name. So it would look like it was 2 or 3 times what, but it was all these different names. No, it's the same ones over and over, and it's just a mirrored site.
Yeah,
of all of them.
It was. I remember the Twitter arguments, and then there was
we've had some Twitter arguments. I saw in the channel earlier, Butcher, that you were talking about someone that you fired off messages to every now and then that you get ignored by, and that person absolutely hates me. Because they released that add-on that they were charging for, and then on my phone whilst at work I wrote a free version of it and released it within about an hour of them releasing it, and they absolutely hated me for it.
Hey,
I missed that drama. Where was I?
I don't know actually, but it was
it was a news app. It was a news.
News 12 was the app.
Yes.
News 12.
And I remember we were all talking right when that all happened, and you were like, "What the
I was
hell
sat
is this?"
there at work on my phone, Nemzzy. They were messaging me going, "Oh, Panda's just released this new one. It's called News 12," and they were complaining about the fact that he was charging for it. And so I was like, "Let me have a look at it." Within an hour later, I released News 12 free. And it went public, it went viral, and he was getting absolutely annihilated. And he was attacking me left, right, and centre. Go, "Oh, if I ever find you," I'm like, "Well, come find me then. I live up the road. I'll come get you. We'll go for a drive."
Oh, Neil's pretty fit. I don't know if I want to go fight. I've seen Neil. I think he's gonna throw hands.
Does anyone remember Mashup? Mashup was amazing. Mashup was one of those popular add-ons at the start that was just fantastic. And
but wasn't that just a playlist? Different people had playlists, kind of like
yes.
What was it? NaviX. We were talking earlier about
NaviX was the original playlist, wasn't it? Yeah, NaviX was and it was, and then you had some others, and then obviously you had Evolve, didn't you, for a while? And then obviously that's when I started with Evolve, and then I came onto the scene with others, and we did Stream Army and stuff like that. And then you've had a few playlists, didn't you? But NaviX was the original.
So NaviX gave people an insight on how to do streaming. So they gave people that wanted to be streamers, in playlist to get
public.
into it. You got a lot of people. I mean, RoboCop came from there. He was.
I remember RoboCop.
Yeah, so RoboCop he started just kind of messing, looking around, working, whatever. We've had our falling out, so I'm not going to go into that. But he then went on NaviX, got really well, and then started doing his own thing.
I swear I spoke to him not so long ago. I swear someone identified themselves a while back to me that they were the original RoboCop, and I've forgotten what they're doing now.
They were selling. They were selling accounts a couple of years ago.
That's it. Yes. And he identified himself as RoboCop, and obviously I remember that from the day. And then obviously you had Matey Boy that did the original thingy, the Lambda, and didn't he was starting to lose his eyesight as well, weren't he? Before then he had that massive
Lambda.
Yeah,
I heard that his eyesight was fading. And
I mean, he did it. You got to think about it.
He got old, didn't he?
I mean, and he was doing it for free. I mean, I ain't blaming
him. And they were all working
some shit for free, and says, "Hey, I'm done doing this as an obligation to everybody."
Yeah, and they were all working for that fucking Addon, weren't they? Who was the most self-righteous prick of them all. And then it turned out, he was making tons of money off all these devs' work and then put the picture of himself up on a fucking boat asking for people to donate to him to help him with lawsuits.
People did.
People did. Well, people donated to that fat yank as well, didn't he? That claimed that his fucking house was blown down in a hurricane.
You've got such a way of words, haven't you?
Oh no, he was like,
this video is soon going to get demonetized on YouTube.
Who was it? Solo Man or something? Or Solo Scam went there?
Solo Man.
Other idiot that used to get pissed and smack on his table and act like he was.
Well, I never got my magazine.
Mate, there were some right fucking dickheads back in the day.
Go ahead, Lee.
That fucking guy he made a video, right, of all the forks that I made. I had like 12 forks just so people could install different builds and do whatever. And he's like, he just made this random video of it, and I had it on a site that didn't have too much bandwidth. It was just, whatever. He made this damn video, and I got messages. I think I actually had them hosted on like a seed box at the time, and the seed box like shut my shit off and sent me an email like, we have to charge you for a actual server if you want to keep. I was like, this fucking guy. Like,
but didn't he have an American boyfriend as well? And they were like thick as thieves, and then they had a falling out over some IPTV or something. And they're both making public YouTube videos about someone eating fucking sushi for breakfast.
There was someone younger, I think. A younger guy.
I remember that.
I can't remember his name, but yeah, he definitely did.
It was Solo Man, wasn't it? And whoever his little sidekick was, and then like I said, they fell out.
Yeah.
And I still remember when that guy had like the hurricane came and like the tree hit his house and he asked everybody for money.
Touchstone.
No, it wasn't
Touchstone.
That's it.
Touchstone and Solo Man.
Yeah, Solo Man. Yeah, Solo Scam and Touch His Kids. That's what.
I think Solo Man was touching Stone.
They definitely had a very public breakup, didn't they? That was, I remember.
But if you remember, there was also so from the mashup days, there was Hacker Mill. So Hacker Mill went public and started trying to release boxes, and he tried pushing some absolute garbage boxes, and he took loads of pre-orders or loads of like Kickstarter style like orders for it, never delivered a single box. But I believe actually, Butcher, that your partner in crime, she received one of the boxes though at one point. Did she or did she not?
Yeah. I think you talking about Prometheus boxes.
Yes, that's them. Thank you so much.
I actually have one.
Do you really?
I found it was in a box where I was going through. You know how you're going through your shit in your closet? So I'm cleaning it out, and it just said like Shannon's electronics. And I'm pulling out. I'm like, what is this? And I go to it goes, oh, that's that Prometheus.
Prometheus, that's it.
And she had that was a box to have way back then. But see, I was just streaming from my TV then off with the computer. Like back those days, I just streamed everything through my computer. But
you remember one of the first boxes that like really was ridiculously bad was the Super Pro TV box or whatever, and they claimed that you got free IPTV for life if you bought it, but it was like a Chinese box. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy one just to see. Like I'm gonna pull where all these streams are coming from. You know, and I'm like, you're giving free IPTV for life.
Seriously, I've got some. I've got.
Weren't they just ripping BBTS's streams?
They were basically ripping playlists.
Yeah. And it's like, they're grabbing. It's just IPTV. They're just pulling IPTV
because BBTS was pulling streams, and he was then displaying loads of TV streams. And there was someone that was involved in selling boxes. But at the Android level, they installed an app and they were then ripping his streams off, and he was getting absolutely violated for it because he was just constantly having to change his stuff, and he was going public and arguing with just anyone and everyone about these are my streams and everything like that. And well, actually, they're not. But okay, we'll let you have this argument, and you can win this one for a minute.
Oh, the good old days, eh? The good old days.
Well, listen, Kodi made or break relationships, right? Because there was a time, Nemzzy, me and you couldn't be in the same room at one point because
I used to get into arguments with everyone. I'd fucking argue. I would argue with myself in a closed room. Yeah, I used to love it.
Yeah, you're laid back now. I think what's happened is we were all young. We had not a name to prove, but we wanted to show that we could do things, right, that other people couldn't do. And the kind of the glamour came with it. Look at us. We were involved in.
Well,
X,
I always
Y,
call those
Z.
virtual hand jobs. It's like
that's what it was mainly about. I would say about 6 years ago, that's what it was about. I didn't get into it for that. I always said I never did it for public. I weren't here for the fucking public hand jobs, and the virtual hand jobs that a lot of these guys back then were. I did it for me. I learned to code for me. I didn't give a fuck whether you use my stuff or not, because it was for me. It challenged my brain. And I still say that to this day. I don't give a shit if you use my stuff or not. I do it because I enjoy doing it. It challenges me, and I like to learn and that. But yeah, there were some characters back in the day and that. But to be fair as well, I mean, if I met any of them now, I would actually be civil as hell with them, because it was part of the community then. It shaped the community.
There's still one or two people I still hold a grudge with that I'll never forgive, but that's just because I'll take that to the grave, because I'm a bitter old man.
One guy, yeah. There's only one guy, and I'm not going to name him, but it got to a point that we got into
those who shall not be named.
He had my number, and I actually rung him, and I threatened to burn his house down with him and his family in it, and he never contacted me again. And yeah, because that one guy, I probably wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire, but that is the only person that I could say that I really do despise back from the day. All the others, like Goliath, me and him, and him, we used to argue.
Metal Kettle. You were just saying Metal Kettle.
Metal Kettle as well.
Metal Kettle. That name, I was like, yes, that was the name. I was on the tip of my tongue the other day.
Yeah, we became friends, and me and Metal Kettle actually. It was
I like Metal Kettle.
2 years ago, I last heard from Metal Kettle, and he messaged me, and I like Metal. I talk happily with Metal Kettle. Like I said, Goliath, me and him used to argue something chronic, and then we started getting on.
And Goliath were very similar, though. You would argue that the sky was green.
Oh, yeah. We
would literally sit there and argue. We're like, hey, we're arguing about the same thing. I don't care. I'm arguing because you're arguing.
Yeah. We were, but like I said, we did become friends in the end. And that, I don't know where he just suddenly disappeared one day, actually, didn't he? So
if you get out of the circle, you forget how to get back in, like through. That's why I like Telegram. There's so many people that I knew from here, or over the life of me being in streaming, I've met so many different people that have went different routes. I mean, I think of like Target, and I remember being right on there early on. Target jumped on Husham's and then invited me on, so I got to know him. And he was just doing fire sticks. And then to see how his life, it's like a question of like, that could have been me if I'd have made the wrong decisions in a way. You know what I mean? Because he made a lot of money, but he paid the cost.
Yeah, I remember before anything was there with Gears or any of that stuff, it was that the Gears of War build. And I was making builds. Me and him were in the same chat room making builds together, just like going through it and figuring out, helping each other out to do graphics and all kinds of stuff, try to make it, slick looking. And I mean, he went one whole route, which, I mean, it worked out great for him for quite a while, but
finally caught up. And he got too big. The thing about with some situations, people try to be, it's never enough, so they keep doing these things, and if it's never enough, and at some point, if it gets so big, the chances have now become more increased that your number gets called because you fuck up.
Peter Thompson said, I miss Solo Man, not.
Wonder where he is these days. Wouldn't you like it? Like, if you could go back and say, like, this is your life, and you'd actually find out. I mean, like, I wonder what Solo Man is doing these days, because he was making probably a lot of money.
He probably made enough money when he told everyone to donate to his GoFundMe because a tree hit his house, that he bought another house, and he said, you know what, I'll make another GoFundMe and crash a tree into that one too.
Yeah. But he was making more money. He was making money on that front end.
If he's down your local Quickie Mart working behind the tills.
The early part of YouTube, when he was making those videos, he was making a lot of money. Same thing with Husham. I remember Husham like showing like, here, this is how much
making money.
I heard that Husham, I know he's still going, but I heard isn't he terminally ill, or is that a bad rumor?
I don't know. I don't know.
I haven't spoken to Husham in a minute.
I heard that he had some sort of terminal illness, but again, that might be wrong. But I used to like Husham, and I was hated a lot for liking Husham, but I liked him. I got on well with him, and I was not. I wasn't going to judge him in the same way. There was a lot of people that had bad things to say about him, but I always like to make my own opinion up of someone. I never ever let anyone influence my decision on someone. And I agree. I had a lot of time for Husham, and I still would to this day, actually. So, like I said, me and him used to chat for hours. And that, so,
he still hates me because of News 12 free.
I'm guessing it's you that was it Husham that made an app that you ripped off, was it?
I didn't rip it off. I actually rewrote the app myself from the ground up, and went directly to the site that he was pulling the streams from and just repulled them myself.
Yeah,
but
he didn't own them, so yeah. Well, no, he got
them from News 12, and I just pulled them and did it because he was charging
he said
$10 fee or something for it. It was something really stupid.
I missed this. I don't know how I missed this drama, but there was a stage where I still am. I operate a lot in the background now. I don't. To be fair, I very barely get involved in Kodi, do I? I update my add-ons that I've got out, but I don't. I'm not really that active. I won't tell a lie. I haven't fucking used Kodi myself in a while. The only time I load Kodi up is to fix my add-on. So I missed that. Yeah, I don't know where I was.
I could tell you where I was. I can tell you who I was working for at the time. But I've just Googled it and found a link to what is possibly his website full of adverts and stuff, but it's just being very slow to roll up. Funsterbe posted a really good link actually in our chat here in the background. The official forum rules of Kodi with the banned add-ons, and looking through the list of people on this is like a who's who of Kodi.
Am I on there?
Pull it up on the screen, Dev.
Yeah, no,
it's amazing. There is some wicked names in there. You're like, wow.
Hang on. I'm going to the ends. I'm going to feel pissed off if I'm not famous.
You're not there, my friend. You're not there.
I'm not, am I?
He's like, I need to be on here.
Neither am I.
Hang on, that's a repository. I'm looking at the repository list.
You're not,
Stream Army on there. Stream Army's on there.
On
the repository list, yeah.
My add-on never got blacklisted. My just for him never got blacklisted. I'm so happy with that. Because let's face it, everyone needs porn.
I was about to say my porn. Oh no, my porn add-on's on there. They blacklisted my porn add-on.
Mine isn't. Mine obviously wasn't big enough.
Oh,
yeah.
Builds. Any build containing? Oh, that's hilarious.
Kodi, the people that are thinking. Yeah, XXX is on the blacklist.
Magic Dragon. Holy shit.
Sports.
Z-Man's on there.
Magic Dragon's a decent add-on. He's still going, isn't he?
Just Diamond.
Stream Army, yeah. So yeah, a couple of my add-ons are still there.
Look there. Look, I'm there. I made it. I made it, baby, right there.
Look at that. You made it on the banned list. You made it. Well, you lot, I bow down to all of you. I am not on that list, which is fine.
Me either.
You're crying a little, aren't you?
A little bit, yeah.
My little bitty build.
You haven't made it. If you've not been, you're not been blocked on Twitter by Kodi.
Well, I am. They blocked me on Twitter.
Repository blacklisted. They blocked my repo too.
I'm blocked on Facebook. I can't go on their profile on Facebook.
It's like Kodi's telling everybody, don't use third party.
Say that again.
Blamo's repo is blocked.
They're telling, don't use third party, but here's a list of names to Google. That's
pretty much.
Look, the Yid as well. Do you remember the Yid? He was in Entertainment Box. He was amazing.
Big Yid.
Guys, I'm gonna call my mom real quick. I'll be right back. I'm like, made it, Ma, top of the world.
I'm famous.
Look at Demi even got hit.
Oh wow,
Dimitri.
Think about it.
He helped everybody.
Yeah, he was always helping. Never. Eggman.
VW25 is on there as well. Look at that. Vader stream. Well, Vader. That's unsurprising.
Oh look, Fire TV Guru. I know he's in the chat. He's blocked too. Look at that.
Turks on there as well.
UK.
Turks definitely on there.
Be in here tonight.
Ezra Max
He was going to join. Yeah, he was going to join.
Yeah.
See, O'Neill, you know you're not famous because I've just Googled O'Neill and it's not actually coming up with.
No, do you know why? Because that's
you Google
a good
O'Neill
thing.
and it says Shaquille.
That's because it's a good thing. No, so I
Google Nemzzy, all my shit comes up.
Yeah,
what the hell?
So I gave up add-ons and gave up everything. Oh God, what? So my daughter is 9 years. So about 9 years now. I gave up all my stuff 9 years ago. What I do is all the stuff that I do now is just background stuff. People come to me and ask for help. They'll come to me for help and say, look, I can't get this piece of code working. Can you come and help me with this? And I'll do that. I don't do anything in the public space and haven't done for a long time because it became clear that you had a target on your back if you were doing this stuff. And I kind of like my freedom, you know. I like my family.
Yeah.
They're all right. They're not bad people.
I was looking forward to you dropping the soap in the showers with me.
Yeah.
Not today, pretty boy. Not today.
Lit. They didn't get me.
Oh, they got Durex. I see that there too.
It's a great list. It's a great list.
It's a fantastic list.
But really, it is homage. It
Funster.
is actually an homage.
Look at Funster.
Who has made their program for them?
Yeah, I'm there like 3
they're
or 4
calling
times.
Their blacklist. Really, that is their way of saying thank you.
Cerebro's there too.
You made our bloody app actually known. Because if third-party add-ons didn't exist, no one would know what the fuck Kodi or XBMC was.
I shouldn't even be banned. BS, Umbrella. Go on, Umbrella. Go kick off. Go in the forum and demand, why am I banned?
Oh, that's crazy. They banned Juggernaut by name.
Yeah. I don't.
He didn't even have his own repo.
But I think these are just, maybe.
I did see another one, that we forgot as well. There was another massive argument, wasn't there? That Smash, there was that Canadian guy, Smash, and didn't he have like
Smash TV. Smash TV.
The American idiot that used to like to hit his table. I forgot, Joe Nobody. Was it Joe Nobody?
Joe Nobody. Oh,
Joe Nobody.
That guy was drinking. The thing went on, the more pissed he got, the less sense he made.
Oh man, I used to watch that guy just for laughs. He was so funny.
I did as well, mate. That was there was.
Hey,
man.
DJs just wrote. I didn't make the list. So DJ Themes escaped the list. Wow.
But see, he just did a theme though. The DJ did themes, so making a skin. There's nothing illegal with doing a skin.
DJ played by the rules.
Literally anything that's just involved in the third party scene, if they'd seen a name that maybe gained a bit of traction, they threw it on the list. Just that look like they're trying to comply with the law, but actually they're really happy that these people came along.
Yeah, there goes Metal Kettle, right there.
Yeah. Like Magnetic, he's still plugging away, doing great work. A lot of these names, I'm telling you, these are people. And I take my hats off to all the people that are doing these projects for free and just putting them out there for people and like here. And it's like, and some of these guys are still, I still talk to Maverick. These are people that are still creating some shit.
Look, but Blamo's on there twice. He's got his repo on there and
Mr. Blamo.
Noobs and Nerds. We made it. We actually did make it. Noobs and Nerds.
Look at it.
Oh yeah, Noobs and Nerds. Look at that.
Yeah, we made it. Well, I'll tell you, Lee was the guy. He came from Toilet Revolution. Before Noobs and Nerds, we were Toilet Revolution.
Yep.
And that was when I kind of got with him. And I was just doing builds, and we were Lee would say, "What do you think of this?" And we were like Andrew and I were
bouncing ideas around,
testing. Yeah, with his test subjects. And then he says, "I want to create the name and do this." And he split from TVA prior, I guess, and they went 2 different directions. But he was smart as fuck. He had some really cool things. Like you could go in and so the interface would say, what do you want to do? Do you want to watch movies, TV? And you could click the things you wanted and it would say, these are the add-ons that'll make this. It's like a pre-built package. It'd say, these are the add-ons and do you want to install it? And it would install it in one. Just boom. Now you've got that set up with all those boxes checked.
There's one.
It was nobody else was doing that time. It was like, holy shit.
There's one developer,
but then he decided he wanted to quit.
As well in Kodi, and he introduced a lot of new stuff into Kodi, and he hasn't been mentioned, and he is about still, but he's in the background now, and that's Echo. He he done a lot, and obviously, and then he introduced new ideas with like the builds that would update, and you wouldn't even have to restart Kodi and stuff like that. And then TVA snapped him up, and he did some work for them because they were stealing our code anyway. And then he actually quit, but he is still around. He's still in the background. I still speak to Echo, and he still has, like I said, he doesn't do nothing public anymore now. He's in the underground Kodi scene.
Yeah,
because there is an underground Kodi scene as well where we do keep a lot of the really, really good shit private. But he's
but even what's public
what's public is still out there. It's great. Yeah, there's still loads of public great stuff and people giving public stuff out. But he taught me. He was the one that actually turned me from a playlister into a coder. Obviously I self-taught myself, but he helped guide me. NJM was the man that actually got me into playlisting, and then that's when I got involved with Evolve, and then from Evolve I developed into a developer, and I learned a lot off Echo, and then now I just if anyone ever comes to me for help, though, I always help people. There'll be people out there that will say that I've helped them and that, and I don't make it public that I've helped them, and I've helped other developers, and I'm always there. If anyone drops me a message and asks me for help, I'll help anyone, because that's how this community still goes. Otherwise,
shit.
I charge Amazon vouchers.
Oh shit! I should have done that. Yeah, I've done. The only person I've ever charged actually for is Turk, and that's because he offered, and I did some work for Turk, and I charged him. But we're talking minuscule, the price of a Chinese, so it wasn't, nothing like that. Everyone else I've helped.
Do we have a Smoggy here in the group? Has he just joined?
Oh, we don't have a Smoggy.
Ah, here he is. Hey, up there, lad.
Hold on a second. Okay, hold on a second, please. Hold on.
Please give a warm welcome to the man, the myth, the legend, and the most obnoxious bald cunt I know, the infamous Dick of Darts, ARB.
ARB has entered the room.
So I get one of them every single show.
Yes. Did you see that was an original? Thanks to Dave over here, Beach over there.
That was hilarious.
He is hooked up. We're going to make sure that anytime he enters any of our live streams, he gets his own special. He is a dart master. Do not challenge him with the what's it? The Omni Tech.
Oh, the Omni.
He's got his got your digital dart set. You should see my wall. I need to go downstairs. All right, so now Andrew, he's a professional dart player. I mean, this motherfucker plays. You should see my wall. It looks like there was a drug shootout at the wall where we have darts.
Have you got a digital setup now then, ARB?
What's that, O'Neill?
Have you got a digital setup so you can track your score through cameras and stuff now?
Oh yeah, I've got like that Omni, that Target Omni. It's like the ring light with the cameras in.
Yeah, motherfucker. I looked it up. It was like $1,600 or something.
Yeah. It just means I don't have to do math.
Sure.
Have you played Diesel yet?
I haven't. I want to play him, but he's never around.
Never around, is he?
He'll be having barbecues. I didn't make the list.
No, I didn't see you on here.
You made the list.
I made it.
You got a letter. You got a letter.
Yeah. Andrew, when we talk about people these are people when they say they got out of the scene because knocking at your door.
I got a knock on the door. Yeah, I remember that. I think me and a couple of people got them at the same time, didn't we?
Yeah, they had it all worked out.
It's kind of like a distributed attack, wasn't it?
I was like, who? I said to the guy, I was like, who made the complaint? And he went, it was a anonymous person.
Someone was around, basically.
Yeah.
Someone from Canada with a boat.
Adam.
Adam side.
God, yeah, there have been some wankers, I tell you, haven't there, in this scene?
Oh, man.
There was another American YouTuber who literally was going out there and he was spreading complete bullshit. And like you would tell him in a channel, the
sports
shit
devil.
he was talking was wrong and that, but he would still put it out
you
there.
could throw a dart at a YouTube list and pull out any one of them.
But yeah, he started saying that some like group was threatening him and that, and I've forgotten his name now.
I only remember targeting 1080p. That's the only one I remember.
No, I can't remember this guy's name. Yeah, but he was another absolute dickhead as well.
Yeah, he went to he did some pain, didn't he?
Who was the group that A-Train was in?
There you go.
Well, he's on Amazon.
UK
He's on Amazon, mate. He's got his own show.
You want to spell it?
The Boys.
No, A-Train was a female.
Oh, right. Well, there's an A-Train in The Boys as well.
I know, yeah. No, A-Train was a female, and she was in a group, and that group had a lot of hate going on as well, didn't they?
Yeah. I remember all that drama.
Yeah, there was a load of drama there.
There's a lot of drama. Well, I mean, because everything was done virtually online back then. So, and the internet was kind of new, but you were talking to people all day long, and
we got a marriage out of it.
Sometimes,
didn't we?
yeah. At that time. I didn't.
Came out of the Blue would probably not say this, but something good came out of the community.
And we streamed that, and we streamed it.
Yes, we did.
We streamed the wedding as well.
Yeah.
There's a picture of me crying. I'm like, fuck's sake.
Hey, but
we were all supposed to come over. We were all supposed to come over to come to your wedding, and obviously we couldn't fly. It was COVID. It was a touching moment. I'll be honest. There was all of it.
It's amazing. I'll tell you, and it's weird in my situation. I'm not saying it because maybe she's within earshot, but when you find the right person that just things just like teeth on two gears, you know what I mean? Just fit and everything. Not that things don't come up, but you can really roll through. Feels more comfortable. And I got lucky with her, and I know when I need to go in another room. You know what I mean? I can tell when I'm bugging her, or she knows when.
When she's holding a knife at you.
I feel like
she's Canadian. They're too nice.
It's all scripted. I feel like he's being made.
She's standing behind the camera, going, "Say this, be nice now."
Yeah, she's behind him now with a cricket bat, isn't she? Behind the camera.
No, but living in Canada is different. I mean, for me, it's a lot. There's similarities, but if you look at there's different aspects. Just feels different. I mean, it feels
100%
more relaxed. You know,
every other idiot there hasn't got a gun, have they?
Because you know what it is. There's, I think no other country probably except I don't know, maybe China. But like America is so like work. You know, you can't even stop working until you're ready to kick the bucket, pretty much. So as soon as you go anywhere else, like once I started really traveling around in different places, I'm like every place else is way more relaxed than we are, especially for me because I'm in New York. So it's even extra. Like it's just nonstop. You know, everybody wants you working.
Are you in New York Center, or are you in like one of the like suburbs?
No, I'm in New York City.
Are you in city?
I'm in, yeah.
Earning some YouTube money to live in New York City because that's an expensive place. I've seen $1 Million Listing. I see how much that Ryan charges for property.
Yeah, I mean, look, it depends where you go, what when and what you buy, and now everything is expensive. Like in most places, it's getting crazy. But I mean. Back, people always said that about New York City, but it depended. If you wanted to be right in the middle of like all the skyscrapers and whatever in the middle of Midtown, yeah, you're going to pay a fortune. But you could go to, Queens or Brooklyn or something like that, and there were neighborhoods where you could rent an apartment for $1,200 for 2 bedrooms, and 10 years ago or so, it wasn't impossible. But lately, forget it.
It ain't that way now, is it?
No, I mean there are still some areas that are cheaper than others, but not that cheap anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's what's it? Supply and demand. I mean, it's just,
100%.
If you're in certain places, that's more people want.
Because I'm looking to move and buy a house, I started looking at a lot of like real estate stuff, and I learned that the entire northeast of the U.S. pretty much always, no matter what happens, they have more buyers than sellers because they don't build that many new homes. They're not just making tons of new homes up here. Yep. So even when the market crashed in like '08, places like upstate New York and stuff, they didn't really crash. Like they came down a little, but they didn't crash like the rest of stuff, you know? So, I mean, it feels like the market's about to crash again in most of the country, but we'll probably hold our own in Northeast at least still, because prices are still going up here. They just go up less.
Because they'll always say the country go as a whole, but it's not always your area.
It's not everywhere.
Be, you know, your area might be hitting good because of certain things. Here, I look at they're just not building enough because of the land and the way it is. There's not enough space, and they don't believe in doing a bunch of apartment buildings. Like when I was in the States, I had apartment buildings here, there, everywhere, right?
Come over here, you fart and you land on about apartment.
And so you can't like houses now. What they've done in this town is they take a house, and it's a big house, and they'll split it up into 3. And so now you got 3 different apartments.
That's what I noticed when I started going to Buffalo and checking Buffalo out. Everything is like houses split into 3-family, 4-family houses, like the big houses.
This whole street, except for my house. My house is the whole house. When people come in, they'll go, "Is there someone downstairs?" I'm like, "I don't know.
Yes,
the lights not on."
But don't listen to him. He didn't
You're
pay the
for
bill.
help.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's every house on my street is at least 2. Beside me is 3. But on the street, it's all multiples because they would rather do a footprint and then build a full basement deep. And you know what I mean? Kind of like, so you can have it deep as well as a floor down. And you can get some square footage and put 2 on that real one footprint.
I build my house like it would be 3 apartments. Just needing to fit in a kitchen. And then I have 3 apartments if I want. But I live here alone. Yeah.
But you've got some nice. But you live in a nice country though. Like, that part of Europe is nice.
Yo.
Anywhere that's not the UK is nice.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
Anywhere that's not the UK is lovely. I mean, I want to get out of here as quick as I can, but not until the kids have finished school, and then I'm out of here.
So if you move, let's say, let's ask this question now that we're all of a certain age. So if you leave your country and you move to somewhere else, can you still get your social pension or social security or whatever it is that they call it there?
So I have a private pension and I'll be able to claim that, but my social pension, no, I have to be a UK resident.
Well, so a resident.
That's not here. We can go.
How much is the Kodi pension though?
Well, I've got about £3.50 left in the pot now, and I've just literally been, capitalising on the interest. It doesn't pay much. It never did.
Yeah. Hey, hold on. Hey, hold on a second. We got Umbrella jumped in on the show. What's up, Umbrella?
What's up, Umbrella?
Any of you guys that work they're still using Kodi? Umbrella is one of the awesome developers creating some really cool stuff. And I mean, his add-on Umbrella, as well as just helping with the cocoa scrapers, and you had an update to that, didn't you, Umbrella?
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
Hey, bud.
Yeah, we had an update pushed out a couple days ago, and then another one again today. The one today is basically just to remove some old dead sites and fix some, and add in the Prowler scraper. But other than that, yeah, not a big change, but seems to be a little faster with all the dead sites removed.
Yeah, well, I saw someone posted on the Reddit thread that you get rid of sites. Well, sometimes getting rid of those sites that's not going to give you any results. So for me by itself, if I don't even use the Prowler, it's quick as shit. I mean, I click something in 4 seconds, or 5 seconds at the longest, before I have my list of 150, 200 sites or links.
We had all sorts of trouble with the non scrapers with that. Remember, it was so slow.
Oh yeah. Yes. Well, that was because Mid he wrote that whole thing, so we were trial and error. He was trial and error learning way back then. But
We basically got forced into
We
that.
got help a while back on Coco. That like I said, you nailed it. I'm not doing it by myself by any means. I didn't want to take that project over, but the guy that used to do it, he quit. Just like everybody kind of moves on to other projects. But he left us a good scraper, still worked for a good 6 months after he retired. But we still need some updates and some things changed. I had another guy jump in and do some threading on it and try to help, and it seemed to do pretty good. But then we found out recently that there was a bug with the threading where it wasn't exiting properly. So people were trying to exit.
So it was like staying. It
was getting hung.
So it was kind of like just running in the background hung.
Just holding Kodi open. People try to exit out or whatever, and it would just hold Kodi open the whole time until they force close it or whatever. And people are used to that on Android, but when it starts happening to you on your Windows machine or your Mac or something like that, it's obviously the problem. So we fixed that, and changed that to where the shutdown for the thread was done correctly. And while I was looking at that, it was like, all right, there's all these sites that just don't work anymore, and it's some of them have gone down, some of them have moved behind Cloudflare. I saw that mentioned earlier. The guy commented, Cloudflare it's easy to scrape. Yeah, some. Depending on how much money they put into Cloudflare, it might be easy to scrape. But if they put it behind enough protection, it's not an easy one. And then also we're limited in Kodi to what's actually supported inside of Kodi. So I can't open a browser page to lazy load something or something like that because I don't have that. If I'm trying to do that from Windows and Python, but trying to do that in Kodi and their supported Python is a very different story.
Mm-hmm.
So it was an interesting update. And so the Prowler stuff's real cool. If you're in a country that you're getting blocked or something like that, get somebody that's in a country that's not to set you up a Prowler instance, and then they can hit that Prowler instance, and you'll be, basically like you're hidden from their country. And
don't tell Neil that. He's going to be fucking offering his services now.
Hey! Hello, everybody! I'm here to make some money!
With Antisocial hosting.
No, don't do that.
My boy.
Don't do that. No, we don't do that stuff. We don't. We leave that to Ultra.
Yeah. Hey, I'm all about ARB or with O'Neill. I got his link down below, and I get every time someone clicks on it, I'll get.
I give him a hand job, a virtual one.
Virtual hand job.
It's one-handed clapping. Right, I'm doing it now for you.
It's called a turbo wank. Finger up the bum.
I'm here to make some money.
So with the Prowler,
YouTube channel got closed yesterday.
The what?
Gonna get you.
Hey, what I was going to say is when I was looking at the settings inside the new CocoScripts and Prowler, because you can change it on the website to what sites you want to scrape, so you can be kind of picky and say I only want certain ones. So it gives a lot of options. Especially I have mine set up to where if it fails, that setting inside Kodi, it says if fails, turn off all the filters. So then it takes longer, but then at least sometimes if you find some old show.
That new Monster series is a great one for that. Like there you go. Ed Gein shit or whatever. IMDb's got that as a separate series. Each different season is a separate series, but TMDb's got that shit as season 1, season 2, and season 3. And so we get all of our metadata from TMDb. So I'm searching for season 3, episode 1. Well, you're not going to find that because it's episode 1 of season 1 of a new show. So with that setting turned on, where you can turn those filters off and stuff, you can start getting results for shows that are screwed up metadata, things like that. So it is helpful. That's a really useful thing to have. That rescrape all providers if nothing's found. Also, the key to that is the big thing with that is that instead of just turning on all the providers in the scraper and hammering all these websites and getting more of them put behind Cloudflare, only do it when you fail instead of every time you scrape. And that's the big key behind that. Is like that's why we put that setting in there and try to help with that. It's like, hey, we want you to be able to rescrape all the providers and try to find what you're looking for, but let's not do that every single time we're looking for a TV show.
Yeah, because I would guess 85-90% of the time people are watching the same movies and the same shows. The volume is going to the majority of these certain shows. So those shows are easy to find on sites compared to if you start looking for, I think, Gilligan's Island. that may be hard to find, but once you uncheck
volume
it, you'll find it.
I mean, it's duplicates and volumes too. I mean, you nailed it. You know, when you're scraping one site, you don't realize that you may be hitting that site and you're hitting Torrentillo. Torrentillo's also hitting it. You know, you got all these different indexers that are also hitting the same sites. After a while, these sites get tired of all this traffic with no money because we're not seeing the ads, we're not doing anything. No. So they get tired of that shit. They go behind a Cloudflare, and when that happens, it becomes either hard or impossible for us to get around that and still, scrape. The lazy loading shit is slaughtering us right now, and I hate to even admit that, but they're doing it where they load the initial template of the page, and then they load the remainder of the page in JavaScript after you hit it. So when you're in Kodi or Python, you go to request module and you scrape this stuff, you're just getting the initial template. You're not getting any of the actual information or anything off the page. After a few seconds, it loads it with JavaScript. Well, we're not in a browser, so we're not getting that at all. And so they just killed the ability to scrape it. So it's an ongoing battle, and I'm glad to have another tool in the arsenal. That Prowler is definitely really cool. And if the cloud site does go behind Cloudflare, Prowler's got an add-on for it called Flare Solver or some shit like that allows them to bypass Cloudflare sites, so you can still scrape those sites. It's pretty cool. And it's going to add some time, but if you set up your own local instance, you're not really going to have to worry about that because you're on your own network.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I used to get around Cloudflare. There's Flare Solver, and there's one that's slightly faster than Flare Solver as well, which I've actually forgotten.
I won't get into it too much because I don't want to give out too much of our information, our secrets. Not too much, but we have some Cloudflare stuff built into Cocoa scrapers as well. I mean, there is some stuff in there to kind of try to get around the Cloudflare, but even that stuff doesn't work on some sites. I mean, it's just some sites are better protected than others, and you're going to run into it. But yeah, we have a default where if we try to hit a site and it comes back with Cloudflare, we have a Cloudflare scrape that we try to do. So I mean, we try to get around it.
Yeah, I don't know how people do it. I mean, I looked at back. I remember when Noobs and when the letters all went out, and Shannon and I are trying to learn how to do coding, and Mid was kind of helping us with it, and then he was like trying to jam through how to do that, and holy shit, we tried it. I could write a basic add-on, but then past that, I couldn't do all that shit. Some of you guys can just think up how the opening and the closing of every statement, and know where to pull from this libraries. I don't know how the people do it. I mean, anybody's ever looked at a Kodi add-on?
Yeah, I had a background in coding before I started in this, so for me it was just learning a new syntax in a different language. But I would definitely, I heard you guys talk about it when you first started, that it's good to see some of the new blood and some of the people learning and stuff. I couldn't agree more. I'm happy to see these people coming in. I'm happy to see people trying new add-ons, trying new things. I've heard of some new service-based stuff coming for scrapers and that kind of thing. I'm really happy to see it. People a lot of times try to pit us against each other, developer versus, man, we don't care. I'm happy to see this stuff. You think I'm angry somebody wants to take over scrapers or pump out a different module? You're crazy. They're taking work off of my plate. Once again, you hear me say this all the time. We do this for free.
So that's what a lot of people don't get, is the amount of work that goes into it. I think some of these people think that you wake up in the morning,
it becomes addictive,
and fucking make an add-on in 30 seconds that does all this stuff.
No, it becomes a passion.
The lines of code that goes into it, the upkeep of it, and like you say, the sites are constantly changing their shit to try and stop you. It can become a full-time, tiresome job. And
for sure. And interfere in your life. Yeah,
the work that goes into it.
Yeah, it's so much work, and to be honest with you have to love it. You have to love it and want it. You have to want to do stuff.
So Turks was supposed to be on the show. Turks, he was hoping to be able to come on, and he hit me up and said that he was held up. He wasn't able to get off of work. So all good. But I mean, Turks has been doing this for a fucking long time, and his add-on and APK, it's better than most other add-ons because shit is updated and that stuff's on there instantly, and it has a library. Like, you can go back, a decade. I mean, can't remember how long he's been doing it, 8 or 9 years.
Turks has been around. Turks has been around longer than me, I think.
Yeah,
wild.
He's one of the original.
Yeah, I think there's not. I think he's the only dev actually around that has been around longer than me. Don't quote me on that. That's still active. I don't think there is.
3 years. And
you've been doing 3.
Just hit 3, and I'll tell you, it was hard. So if you're 8, 9 years, you got all my respect, man, for sure. Like 8 or 9 years in this scene is tough. Like holy shit, because 3 years was hard to continue on for me. So
like
8 or 9 years.
You missed where we were talking about the good old when this scene was toxic as fuck.
Oh yeah,
you made it out the other end of that.
Oh yeah, you've missed so much.
You missed, yeah.
You're very lucky to have missed all that shit.
Remember when someone would hijack an add-on? So if you had 2 repositories, you could
they were deleting each other, weren't they?
Yeah, or just put say because it was Zeus, and they would RoboCop. I think was involved.
Wasn't that Blamer? I've seen Blamer.
No. I think it was.
Someone was doing it to his repo, weren't they?
But then he would just update it, and so they could fuck your add-on up all the time because Kodi there's a higher version. Let me grab it and install it. Well,
yeah, but TVA were doing that, weren't they? They were hijacking old repos and then pushing their shit.
Yeah.
Indigo.
The old repos thing is one of the first things I was warned about. When I started joining as a developer, Venom and Peter both got on me real hard, the developer of Venom, said, whatever you do, if you quit, do not delete your repo. And I was like, what's going on with that? And you guys seem like you got some PTSD or something from this shit. And so I went back and found out later on that, if you delete your repo, somebody else can create one with the same name. And now they've hijacked your shit. Anybody that has your stuff is now getting whatever they want to serve.
TVA did that all the time.
They injected new add-ons and new repos using their existing add-ons as well.
Yeah.
Indigo.
Yeah.
Indigo started spawning loads of new stuff on the machine, and you're like, where did this come from?
A little pop-up screen when you'd open it up. You'd
telling you to get a VPN. I remember when they were doing that. And then they were trying to claim that they weren't doing it, and it was someone doing it maliciously to try and make their money.
And the pigeons.
Yeah. You still back in the day, URL was over.
I mean, what's the purpose of that, though? I mean, what are you taking the traffic or what?
What's that like?
I still don't know who did it, but back in the day, somebody jacked my wizard by doing that, put it in their repo, and then everybody updated. And as soon as you open the wizard, it just said Lee takes it up the ass. It was so funny. I was like, what the hell?
You've not denied it, though. You've not denied it.
No. I know Jay Sergio did something similar to a American box builder. He used Resolve URL to identify this American box builder's devices and posted a message. So when all these customers open their Kodi, it come up saying that they were being ripped off and being sold free software. And
I'm sorry I missed those days.
Oh, like I said, and you had the day where Lambda had an argument with one dev, so he put DDoS code in his add-ons, and his add-on was the most popular add-on at the time. So that poor bastard.
Yeah, that was
ARB, do you happen to remember that, Andrew? Do we remember?
I do remember that. Yeah, I was Phoenix also tried to fuck our add-on as well, because obviously we all their playlisters came to our add-on, didn't they, Bob?
Yeah.
And
they had the thing, if you had our add-on, you would uninstall it.
We were using their scrapers, and then they were like, you need to make your own, because we're going to put code in to stop your add-on from working. So that's how we ended up making the NAN scrapers.
Yeah, playlisters accusing each other of stealing each other's lists.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember that too.
The best thing ever was all these playlisters were doing their playlists manually, and it was taking them days and hours. And we made an add-on that just automatically just did thousands and thousands of movies and TV shows in a matter of minutes. And we were just playing it cool. We didn't say nothing about it. But one of the Phoenix playlisters who came up, who was it, TNDB or PB? The one with the
The new Pirate Bay.
Oh no, it wasn't him. It was the other one. Which one? I can't remember. I can't remember all the. It wasn't the Pirate Bay. It was the other one.
Not Peabody. Not that
Valhalla.
guy.
It was Valhalla.
Valhalla. Yes, from Phoenix.
Yeah, he was just like telling everybody, "Oh yeah, I just got this massive list of movies like in a matter of seconds. It's quite easy." And everyone was like, "What are you talking about? How can you put that amount of movies in that amount of time?" And we were all just like, "Will you just shut up? We don't want other people using this data."
Yeah, we had a scraper like that would literally back in Evolve, where it would literally you'd put the TV show in, and it would go in and grab every episode and then loads of links for it. And that Metal Kettle made that actually. That was and then someone leaked it to some other people, and I got the blame for it. And it turned out it was actually Metal Kettle that leaked it to other people anyway, because he wanted to share his work. But I got the fucking blame for it and attacked for it.
Metal was sneaky, boy. There was. I liked Metal, but Metal could.
Oh, he loved the drama.
He would stir shit up.
Loads of it. He loved it.
It was funny. I mean, it was just, he would get things going. Yep.
We just used Metallic, didn't we? We're just like, you just typed in the movie.
All your XMLs. Because remember, you had to write an XML, right? So you have an XML for the show, the season. So if it was a bunch of seasons, it would take you forever, right? And Metallic would go to IMDb, pull it, and it would create the file structure. So now you have a folder with all the information you need. You change the title of the folder, drop it in your thing, and it would just automatically, boom, you're done. Whereas everyone else was manually writing and filling it in.
And it would say a link search to use the scrapers, and then if you wanted to put your own in, you just add another one in underneath. It did 99% of the work for you.
You had to name the folder. That was something.
Oh, that was hard.
Name the folder and then upload it to the server. That's the folder.
And then you had there was that American add-on, wasn't there? That American group, like they all had like monkeys or something because their logos or something, and then they were accusing another playlist and add-on of stealing their playlists. And
I don't hear that now.
I remember an add-on called 12 Monkeys, I think it was.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the dramas. I miss
but everybody was so ego fed back then, and this now, like with Umbrella, I mean, he's like that ain't really going on here. I mean, nobody's fighting for this or that. I mean, to be honest, the Loop and Mad Titan both doing their own projects. Both of them kick ass. So they work beside each other in a way. But hey, you do your project like we do ours, and do a great job. And nobody's fighting about, hey, if you grab the same link I grab.
Changed, though. The internet, despite the fact the internet's getting bigger, the scene's actually getting a lot smaller. The sites have all gone.
Yeah,
You've lost Movril, Solar Films, Ice Films. You lost all of those sites that you could host content on, and so the space of where the content comes from is just a lot smaller. So. People are just like, if you want to use it, go ahead and use it. It's yours. So I don't really care.
To give you some real honest feedback, that's kind of cool conversation to be having, honestly, is that how different it is now. I just talked to the Kodi Fitzwell developer that does the Magneto scrapers.
Yeah, he does some great, cool work.
Yeah, he does all kinds of stuff, man. And I asked him, I said, hey, man, can I grab these Prowler scrapers that you've already written and put them into Coco since you've already got the stuff written? Do you mind? He said, I don't care at all, man. A little accreditation for it would be, pretty cool. But that's all that matters to me. So it sounds like it's just a completely different scene.
Oh yeah, you would have done that 6 years ago.
You couldn't do that now.
You would have been called out on Twitter. There would have been Telegram arguments. YouTube shows about you.
It's true.
Yeah.
They were petty.
Your grandma's address would have been on Facebook.
Yeah. Pictures of your girlfriend will be online. Everything, mate.
Yeah, your children's fucking date of birth. Everything.
Fucking crazy. Yeah, that's nuts, man. That's not a.
But there was more.
That's a big ass fight. But
it was a lot of people. There was the volume of people. So when you have the volume of all these people working on projects and almost kind of competing, it created that. Now there's a handful of people really working. To be honest, there's no army of you guys developers working. It's a handful. So it's like there's enough places for everybody. And hey, there's work. Shit's breaking all the time.
I think it's different mentality too. You got some older people dealing with it these days. Also,
I
you
think
have
that's what
people
happened. A lot of us grew up.
yeah, and also, I mean, like I said, I had a background in this beforehand, so I didn't come in with an attitude of I'm right, I know what I'm doing. I came in the attitude of, all right, let's learn this shit and keep it going and make it easy, So I had a different approach, I guess. I don't know, but for me, it's not been that type of experience where don't get me wrong, the community is filled with a lot of vile people. There's some awful pieces of shit on these forums and everything else that you can
that's why you just stay clear of them. That's why I don't even listen. I don't even get Reddit is the worst. I think you find the biggest bunch of whingy bitches there, and I just don't listen to it. But they're the ones out there that don't understand. They haven't got the IQ to understand the amount of work that goes on. They expect you to wake up in the morning, produce them something for free, wipe their ass for them at lunchtime, and then give them a blowjob in the evening.
Leave the cat alone, Marlon.
Yeah. They also on Reddit they hate builds. Then they propose the hardest skin with 5-6 add-ons, and it's worse than most decent builds out there now.
The multi add-ons on shitty hardware is my favorite. You got 4 or 5 add-ons on a Fire Stick, and you don't know why it's running like shit. Like, come on, it's the lowest end device you could purchase.
Well, and some of these builds with when you start adding weather widgets. You list multiple widgets of movies trending, this and that. The more stuff you load, especially thumb images, it's draining all the time. So it's like, why do you want to make it so hard on the device? I was like messing with one that's just going to be text. So it's just going to be recent movies, recent TV shows. Just click, click, click. No fancy art. Just takes you right where I want to go.
What fills up Fire Sticks the most? The last time is when you watch live TV and you use FMPEG to watch it.
It's encoding and it has to buffer.
Yeah, you need to put the slider on 25 for it. Otherwise, it fills up the Fire Stick too much.
So it's got to cache it up.
You got to limit the
limit.
We see them on the Kodi side, and they'll start a stream, 60 gigabyte stream of a movie or some shit like that, and pause it and leave it paused for an extended period of time, and then they'll play again and not understand why they've run out of memory on a Fire Stick.
But I thought I could do that.
Yeah.
my friend down the pub told me I can do that, and I've just paid £100 for that.
Yeah, but the same film you can watch in 2 gig size, and it'll be the exact same quality to the human eye. Yeah.
People like bigger numbers. Okay. If it's a bigger number,
it is. Like I said, that's why we go back to the one where you had all those scrapers fucking multi-scraping the same sites and that, because they were all having a dick measuring competition whose add-on had the most links.
Yep.
Sorry.
Sorry. All right. Lee.
I was going to say, sorry, I'm being a little quiet. I'm just busy updating Umbrella's repo to 99.99.99. He needs to be introduced to old school Kodi properly.
Hey, man, I don't like this initiation at all.
We must haze him.
Yeah.
I've actually got to go, but I appreciate you guys. You all have a good one. I really appreciate taking time to talk to me. It's been cool to kind of catch up and see some of the old school people. Like I said, I was a user for 12 years before I was a developer, so I've been around a long time. So I really appreciate all of you guys and the things that you've done to contribute to this community and help us all get to where we are. And I hopefully we'll continue it for a good long time and keep fighting these fucking cable companies, but streaming services and everything else. But y'all have a good one. Really appreciate it, man.
All right, Umbrella. Thanks, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the work that these guys do, and it's like they're just doing it just to help the community and cool, just laid back, but the fight that they put up with. But I'll tell you, I can't complain with my streaming being able to click something and something playing within 4 seconds, 5 seconds. I mean, how can I expect people want more? It's like, no,
people expect the Netflix experience.
No, Netflix ain't that, because look at Netflix's graphics.
Everybody wanted that
my wife,
back in the day.
I see. Yeah.
They wanted that experience of the click and it plays, and they just,
If Kodi's set up right, it's faster than for the next episode than Netflix.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you cleaned it up, I mean, it's just for me. I always want too much junk. That's why I'm gonna try this new build. Like I said, I'm just messing with it. I want to start timing it. What I need to do is start timing to see how response.
But it's funny. It's funny. People can't wait 10 seconds for a scrape, and to watch a movie from over 3 hours. Like percentage
I
wise,
couldn't tell you how many people complain. Remember when I made the Gaia build?
Yes, so, you saw that where someone said, "Did you see that? That was up here." That someone said about their Gaia build.
Yeah, I made that build, right? And I did everything in my power to make Gaia scrape as fast as possible and still give good links. So as soon as they loaded it up, it was already set up properly. All they had to do was plug in their RD and stuff. And then people were still complaining that they would go, I pressed the button, and it was so many people. My movie didn't start playing until 45 seconds later. I'm like, and? Like, 45 seconds it's free.
Like, but then you fuckers will watch that American football, which, by the way, as British called rugby for girls, and you fucking every time someone fucking drops the ball. I've watched an American game before, and fuck me, the amount of adverts you guys have to go through. Yet you moan if you've got to watch a 5-second advert to watch a bastard movie for 3 hours.
Listen, I got my entire network is running off unified devices, and then I still load up AdGuard locally to run through with secure DNS to everything.
I was about to say, hang on a minute, you're using Unify, the biggest hole on the planet at the moment.
Yeah, no, I got everything going through. Well, I was using that, but I still got it. But I'm just blocking as many
problems at the moment, haven't they? They're just
they do,
yeah.
It's the new update has not been kind. But I mean, between the two of them combined, like I even have my WAN port going through AdGuard, so I'm like, to call out first. So I'm just like, I get almost 0 ads. It's pretty funny. Everything just returns 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 every time.
But it does. That's not going to get. Yeah, that isn't going to get rid of ads in the middle of a film. Like,
no, I don't. So yeah, if it's embedded, it's embedded. You can't really do anything about that if it's in the file. But anything else, like, I mean, I love just loading up web pages all day and I just see the little box that says advertisement, and I'm like, yeah, that's supposed to have an advertisement, but it doesn't have one. I'm like, much faster. Everything's faster. It's nice, but it does work even on some like APKs and things like that, where like legit ones, where they have certain types of ads. I'll just get a blank screen sometimes.
Yeah.
Like
SmartTube does that.
But
SmartTube does it where you'll just it'll like pause at the beginning, and it basically you're not seeing the ad that would have been there. When it does at the beginning of in which
I mean,
either way,
at that point,
you're still waiting.
You're still waiting. If I'm waiting, I'd rather just watch the ad, honestly, because at least I'm not that bored staring at nothing.
No.
Well, at the end of the day, and you've also got to understand that some of these things that do show ads, they need to make money to cover their costs, because you keep circumventing them, they eventually can't afford to keep running. They shut down, you then lose it. So it's I don't mind an ad. I just find it amazing that there's people.
I honestly don't either.
Moan about anything. They just fucking moan. When they're getting free shit, they'll moan. They'll find something to moan about. So
for sure, always. They can never please everyone. That's for sure.
No, and I just switched. I learned a long time ago now to just fucking switch off to it. I'm like I said right at the outset, I'm not here to please anybody. I don't give a fuck if people use my stuff or not. I do it because I like challenging myself. You want to use it? Go ahead, use it. Don't want to go and use it? I'm not going to cry myself to sleep. Don't worry about it.
Well, that's Sports Zone. So he created that Sports Zone APK, and he added where you can chat in it if you want to.
Yeah,
so you can be watching a football game, and then the chat can come on. So anybody that's using that APK can have
chat with each other.
Hey, my God, did you just see that shot or something? So you maybe don't feel alone. That was a genius idea. Cool. That was cool.
Yeah, it loads up on the stream, and you can close it while you're watching the stream, and then reopen it every now and then to have a look and then chat with your people. Or if you don't even want it to load at all, you can disable it and stuff like that. So that's I put that because I thought, you like banter. I don't know, us Brits over here, when we're watching our football, we love to banter and that. So that's why
it is a lot more fun when you have somebody like when I was in North Carolina, so North Carolina Duke in basketball is always a big deal.
Yeah.
So I'm a UNC fan. My buddy was a Duke fan. And it's like, we got to get together to watch this. Just that, because it's so much more fun when you have the banner of the game and the excitement of. So yeah, you gotta. It's fun to have that.
That's why I added it. And like I said, I gave the option that they can disable it, and and as far as I'm aware, I think quite a lot of people do use Sports Zone. But again, I didn't create that. I created that because I finally wanted to get round and learn how to develop an Android app, because I kept umming and ahhing about it for years. And in the end, I decided, no, bollocks to this, I'm going to go and do it. And Sports Zone was the result of it. I wouldn't give a shit if no one uses it, because I use it, and I actually find it's better than it provides better streams than I've got 2 IPTV subs from 2 different companies. And I find that sometimes my streams buffer like fuck on them, and I'll go over to my Sports Zone, and now I just use Sports Zone. I don't even use my IPTV apps anymore now to watch the games, because I know I get less buffering on my streams in my app. So I use that, but I created that app just because purely I wanted to learn how to make an Android app, and then I just come up with new ideas for it. Oh yeah, let's add a chat room while you're watching the games and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, then I added some other live streams. Today I released an update because another thing, it was something that was bugging me. No one had mentioned it, but obviously I would search something, and then every now and then I'd want to go back and search it again, and I'd have to retype it all out. The 2.1 today introduced that it remembers your last 3 searches. So that way now, you can just quickly, if you're commonly going in there like me to watch Liverpool, I can now automatically, I'll see Liverpool in my list, and I can just hit search, and it'll find me.
Why would you want to do that?
Well, because I like watching them lose at the moment. I guess we have to learn to lose every now and then. We've dominated.
Yay!
Yeah, you've won enough games in the last minute, haven't you? So don't turn your head back.
Exactly. Let someone else have a chance.
Yeah, it was about time we lost in the last 2 games. We've lost in the last fucking couple of minutes. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna cry too much about it. I was actually seriously.
Hey, look at who slid in here.
They did that to us early on the season.
Yeah, our little 16-year-old did it to you.
Yeah.
We're gonna need some subtitles now.
Yeah, I'm looking for. Is there a button on here? Because
There's a subtitle button.
I need a subtitle button.
So that's why I made Sports Zone, and Sports Zone's out there. I put ads in it. I did put ads in it, and then everyone started bitching. And normally I don't fucking listen, but the ads weren't working the way I wanted them to work anyway.
Yeah.
So that's why I took them out, because it wasn't because of people moaning. It's because they weren't behaving the way that I wanted them to behave. So I got rid of them, and I should make you go and generate a code now. And some people moaned about that, but as you know,
the pin code. All right, so this is all. I mean, do you think about it? Just to go to your web, go to the pin system website, click on that code, which you're able to get that pin, and for 4 hours can use the add-on for free. I don't think so. I mean, and as long as you stay watching what you're watching, it's fine. It's until you back out of it.
12 hours. Sports Zone.
Okay. All right. Sorry, my bad. But
Nemzzy,
that's not that big of a deal.
Nemzzy, sometimes when I click on generate code, it brings me to the Google Play Store.
Wow.
Yeah.
Get you something from
which one? Which site's that on? The Nemzzy one for Sports Zone or for Pin System?
The pin system. Wait,
okay,
I'm gonna try it.
Sometimes
probably Amazon.com with his affiliate link.
I haven't got affiliate links on there. I don't do affiliate links. It could be that it's an ad. Unfortunately, with ads, obviously, you either use Google Ads, which I did, but then they end up banning you or ripping you off. So you have to use different ad companies. So, and then there are sometimes you get some ads that they make it through their safety systems that will divert you and try and get you to download an app and stuff like that. So, those sorts, unfortunately, if you report them to me, I can actually let the ad company know, and then they can trace the ad provider, and then they can actually ban that ad provider. So, but it shouldn't normally do that. It should, like I said, with it just gives you a task to do. Normally, it's just load a fucking website and like an article will appear. Just close the website, the timer counts down, and then you can go through and get your pin.
If I press on the back button and generate code again, it gives me my code.
Yeah. So that's all it is. It's the way I've done it, the way I've used it now, like I said, is I've got what's called like a link locker system on there, and it will just ask you to do a task. Websites have obviously paid this ad company to, oh look, we want to get some views for our video on YouTube. So like literally, the task comes up, load this video up. Job done.
It brought me to Google Play, Alibaba.com B2B marketplace.
Yeah, but that's a pop-up. That's a pop-up. You close it. The pin system site should still be there unless you're using a browser that doesn't support opening a new tab. Like Telegram, the inbuilt Telegram browser, instead of opening it up in a new tab, will hijack your main tab. Whereas if you, like I said, if you're using a normal browser like Safari or that's just going to open in a new tab. Just close it, and you'll still see the pin system there, and the time will start counting down. It is as simple as that.
Yeah, but it's also not a bad. I mean, it's not aggressive. You go through a couple steps to just get to where that. To me, it's not a bad deal. I mean,
well, no, it's not. At the end of the day,
I can't see why people complain, because free is free, and somebody's set this up for you just so you walk through the door. I'm sorry, they held the door open and let you walk through it.
You have no idea the amount of stress I went through developing Sports Zone. If you could have seen me, I was at my laptop, no word of a lie, for about 11 hours a day. I was fucking constantly pushing things to my TV, stressing out why it wasn't working, reading thousands of lines of debug code and shit like that. That app took me ages to build, and it took a lot out of me. So yeah, if you don't want to go and generate a code for 12 hours to use it, fuck off. I don't care.
Tabs, put Peter Thompson's comment up on the screen. That's great.
What comment?
A little bit of Debbie does house. Hey, look at who's here. Griff just walked in the door. What's up, Griff?
I'm waiting for the subtitles to kick on.
They ain't fucking coming.
AI hasn't that advanced yet, Griff.
Can you say purple curly whirly and burger alarm for us, please?
No, but I can tell you to shove up your fucking arse.
Hey, I'll take back
Griff, and you had, what was the other Scottish one in Evolve as well? I've forgotten his name. When the both of them were talking, it was hard. You obviously Griff Newcastle, but was it Slim?
Slim.
Son's for Glasgow.
Yeah. He was a hard one to understand as well.
And Clara, when she talks.
Clara,
I never ever talked to her. I only argued with her. She came on the team after.
You argued with everybody.
No. You lot joined Goliath and started listening to Goliath for the shit he was talking about me. And every time I'd say something, you lot would fucking arrive in a pack. And all of you, like, he always, I actually heard from someone in the group that he used to come in the group and say, Nemzzy's arguing with me, quick, join this group and come and help me. And you lot fucking used to
No, I was just there with the popcorn. You were handbags at 20 paces.
Yeah, it was fucking great. And Clara was one of those that literally she would just listen to anything he said. And like I said, in the end, anyway, when that all died down, me and Goliath actually became friends. So,
you just moved in together, from what I heard.
No. He lives up there.
Goliath was a good guy. I had no issue with Goliath, because I remember you guys were with Revolve, and then we brought you into Bob. So I just hear a story. So basically, you guys were whoring yourself off, Griff. I'm I'm looking at you a little differently, because you guys sold yourself off one time, and the second time you came and joined our group. Andrew, we need to go back to the history books and remove their names. History books.
My name's on that Kodi list a couple of times. I'm quite proud of that.
I'll tell you what though, Evolve was some of my best days.
It's fun.
Some of my worst days, and some of my best days, because we started doing a show as well, didn't we, to compete with Husham, and we had the Evolve show where we would all get on and we would just take the piss out of everyone. And I think we nearly made Joe Nobody have a mental breakdown once because we all went into his chat while he was on a live show, started ripping him a new arsehole. And so, I mean, I had some great laughs with those guys. I'm not going to lie. I was a builder, and Evolve is what turned me into a playlister. And then it's from there that I actually decided to learn to develop and wanted to become a developer. So, if I look back at it all, there was
it's a progression.
But it evolved me to, the developer I am today. So it was a stepping stone. And like I said, we had our argument.
Pun intended, obviously.
Yeah, we did that. We had some great laughs.
It was good times. It was good times.
Butch, just take a look at that link I've just sent you. Bring that up on your stream for your background.
It's not you naked, is it? I haven't got
I've got them already.
I've sent them to you all privately. Please don't distribute.
Oh, wicked. I'll have to my panoramic screen later in my mansion.
I think it will fit just nicely with this next conversation.
These people that complain about free stuff, they should ask for a refund. That's what I say.
Yeah, but that would just confuse them, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
it doesn't take much.
It doesn't. Yeah, there is. I'm not going to lie, but I do come across some Americans that I'm surprised how they get out of bed without an instruction manual.
There's plenty of dumb Brits. Don't kid yourself.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, there is. You come across all types in this community, definitely.
I think what's great about the community. Look at that. Yeah, you had it up for a second.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm watching the YouTubes. I didn't realize that it was showing us the YouTube screen in here as well. Hey, I remember.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
But I can't see it in full. It's cut off. I am not a dev. I am Bob. Yes, that was it.
Look at that. So the good thing about like the community these days, and a lot anyone can pick up like Kodi add-on development is with ChatGPT, right? So a lot of people, should get into it by just sort of picking up ChatGPT, chucking in, I want to learn to do this, giving it an example, letting it learn, and then you'll be able to knock out your own playlist.
AI has made developing a lot easier. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Back in the day, you actually had to have fucking talent.
Oh, you had to have talent, yeah. But now you don't need it. You just need to know. You just need to have an idea.
Yeah.
And that's what
easier.
People have done when they created add-ons is that they had an idea. You know what? I want to do something simple for someone. I want to do this because it's easier. You just said it yourself, and then you use Sports Zone. You created it because you wanted to challenge yourself, but you use it more than any of the other things that you've done. People just need to have an idea. Go on ChatGPT, look at someone else's code. Don't rip it off. Make your own version and start manipulating with stuff, and you might be able to release your own add-on. It really isn't that hard. Python's dead easy.
It's easy. Once you've learned one, most of the others are easy to port over to because most code is similar behavior, just slightly different syntaxes.
Yeah.
So once you know one code, it's not hard to port over to another one. And now AI has made it easier, but as well, don't go in there thinking that AI is going to create
it's not perfect.
It's going to make you thousands of pounds a week. You need to have some sort of idea because you don't know. I've used AI and sometimes it's spouted out complete shit. And if you don't know to spot that, then
because it makes shit up.
Yeah, sometimes it does, or sometimes it uses syntax that's not even valid for the code, and you will actually type to the AI. That's not valid syntax, and it will.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'll fix that.
Yeah,
for you.
Sorry about that.
It's like it's learning.
You're meant to be intelligent.
Yeah, the large language models are learning. They're evolving. Yeah. And the only way that they learn is by you telling it, no, that's not right, or that didn't work, and then suddenly things will get better.
If you wanted to learn to code now is the best time to do it because you have the tools. Yeah, back in the day when we had to learn, we had to fucking read a book, search the internet, go on forums and shit like that. It took a lot of mental power. and that. Whereas now it has been made easier. So if you want to learn to code, do it. And by all means, fucking release an add-on. Stop bitching and release your own fucking add-on. Job done. Yeah. That's what I say to him. You want it? You want it? Go and make your own add-on and release it to everyone for free. Go and spend hundreds of hours of your own bloody time.
That's why I forked an Exodus and a Shadow, just to see if I can do it.
Mm-hmm. And did you?
Yeah, it worked. It was working on Kodi 18, I think. It was.
Funster, you were doing all kinds of you were actually doing coding for you were helping a lot of other people, weren't you? Because I thought you were helping a lot of groups behind the scenes.
I'm more of an alpha tester for some things, or to bring ideas, to brainstorm what can be done and what is needed. I can read some code, but that's it. I can manipulate it. I put in my when I forked it, I put in my own IP keys.
Yeah. And
then I changed some default settings and things like that I can do. Then I could do it, and that's okay with me. then I stopped.
That's how other people used to. That was the argument. So back in the day as well. Do you remember when people used to steal each other's add-ons and say they weren't?
Yeah.
What they've done is left the other fucking API key in or something.
Yeah. That happened a lot.
Yeah, that was good. I'll tell you what, though, guys.
And I made a simple core YouTube add-on also. I think it was simple core on the
That's what I said. I remember you working. You were doing working with making an add-on. For some reason I thought that's
I had a few, but I only had them in my repo for a short while.
Hey, I'm struggling because I've got to update my repo, and I'm dreading it. So I've been putting it off because I have to update my wizard, and I'm like, all right, I know it's not that hard.
Just change.
Copy this. Copy this here. It gives you a key. But it's the I see the mountain instead of just knowing I've got
a script. I've got a script that literally I just drop my add-on into my repo, run the script, and it automatically removes all the shit that it's not meant to be in there, and then zips it all up.
Repo generator.
Generates the MD5 for you and that, and then I literally just GitHub it.
I just do it manually because I know that works.
I used to do it manually, and that.
I don't know. I think I started at Kodi 17 having a repo, and I think I'm at version 0.3, so I don't update my repos.
Either do I. I mean, it has to be 2.5, 3 years since I updated my repo. It's just I don't do it. So then when you do it every 3 years, trying to remember that shit is hard.
The last time I updated it was 18 when we had to, because obviously I think for 17 our repos there was something wrong in the XMLs or something we had to change in the XMLs, wasn't there? I can't remember quite what. So we had to
there was something
version, wasn't it, where Python went from 2.7 to 3.
Something that went deprecated, I think.
So that's the last time I updated my repo, and then my add-ons, like I said, I just drop them in a folder and run GitHub.
It's just
I can always trust Carl's quick.
That's what she said.
Laying down on her back with her legs over my shoulders.
No, laying down and going to sleep. That's what I want to do. I'm 44 years old.
Yeah, I'm going to bed. It's midnight for me. And
yeah.
So,
I got you.
You go up. Me and Griff will hold down the fort for us.
Cheers, lads. Yeah, I'll see you.
We'll hold it down.
I'll come back on the show in about another 4 years. I'm going to disappear.
Hey, Nemzzy, I appreciate you. You're in my Streaming Matters Telegram group. I appreciate your work because you usually answer questions if you're around. Because sometimes it's just someone being a dumbass. But usually when someone posts things about his things not working, an add-on not working or something, I mean, he's on it. I mean, you don't screw around, and I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass. I'm being honest. I see the updates, and he's like, "Whoop, fix that." So that's super responsive to.
But if anyone fancies a good old time argument, I mean, let's do Sunday 4 p.m. I mean, let's bring back the old days, shall we? Let's.
Do it.
Okay, I get it on.
Yeah.
It was good catching up and that. Like I said, I spoke to Neil quite a lot.
Yeah, it was great talking to you.
A lot. First time I met some of you, so pleasure to meet you and that. Griff, first time I've spoken to you in probably about 8 years.
Yeah, it will be.
It's fucking back in those days and that. So yeah, take all. I'm back off into the background now. But yeah, if you ever need me, you normally find me in either the Stream Army chat room or DaButcher's chat room. I'm about. I just like to be in the background these days.
I'll send you some messages about our new favorite toys. All right, we'll.
Yeah. I don't want lube next time though. I want to feel everything.
Spit on that thing.
Yeah, no, don't spit on it either. You're going in dry. Right.
Oh my god!
Wow. You guys are tough over there.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nemzzy.
Nemzzy has left the building.
That is true.
But it's wild when I think about all the people that we've all come in contact with, and along the road of this, it's got to be 8 years, I feel, or 9 years. ARB, when did you and I meet? Because we met we were builders.
Oh, brother, I've got the memory of a goldfish, my friend. I can't remember. It's been a long time.
It's got to be 9 years. Because we were builders.
Longer, I think. Yeah. I was. Yeah. I'm 8 years in.
Was when Noobs and Nubs was around.
Before that.
So it was way before that.
So that's when
Community Portal. Was it Community Portal?
So you're talking.
No, Community Portal was after.
It was before 2018.
We joined when Nan was Total XBMC, but you and I met. We met on a build group on Facebook.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called though.
I think that was Kodi 17 was 2018.
It was way.
Which one was Gotham? When was that?
Because see, I was with XBMC, so if I go back, I'm like, but I was doing that on my PC. I wasn't doing any kind of building but.
So Bob was what 2017, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Bob was 2017 because that's when I started Antisocial. Was 2017 officially. My daughter was 2 years, just under 2 years old.
Bunch of old people trying to remember. Hey, I'm gonna tell you. This is exactly what I'm gonna be able to tell you. All right, so my information. Where the fuck's my information on myself? All right, I created a channel in 2011. Wow. So if you go back to, I started making videos shortly after I started making builds. It wasn't 2011. It had to be back in 14 or 15. So it's got to be 10 years. If that we were, working with each other, and it was fun. It was fun when we were creating new shit. I remember I wanted to build, and I told Q I wanted to build that the background was in a GIF that would just kind of play. And
everything for you had to be a GIF.
I wanted movement. I'm like, every build is static. I want something moving. And so, I would find the perfect video that, I couldn't, it was seamless. So it was where it would just play in a loop, be perfect. Hold on a second.
But you guys were pioneering. You were doing something that no one else had done. Everyone believed it to be static. Yeah. You guys took something that was static and made it, movement. You gave it movement. You gave it life, and you gave it an identity that people would go instantly. That's that, and you push the boundary. And you mentioned Q there. That guy was pushing levels.
He was smart.
Him and Mid
were fucking awesome. You could tell him, "Hey, I want this to happen," and he'd be like, "Oh, it can't happen." And then the next day, try this. Just try this.
The worst thing you can tell a dev like that is it can't be done.
Yes, it can. I'll be back in a minute. It's done.
But see, we had the experience to keep telling them, God, you'll never be able to do this.
Yeah. I bet you £1 you can't do that. Oh, look, I did it. Oh.
I think Bob might have been the first addon to have like animated GIFs as the icons.
It was the first.
Yeah. And Kara still uses them.
Yeah, she's.
If you see her add-on, it's still you can still.
I'm banned from using GIFs in most of the Telegram chats.
Well, that's because you. All right, this is the GIF king. He'll go in your chat, and there'd be 50 of them, and it's like don't, and then a few more minutes, don't. So I'd get up in the morning and I'd be like, oh fuck, how long has Griff's been up? Oh man, I just go to bottom.
Do you remember when we had Bob, we had the playlist as chat, and it was literally just the people who are doing the playlist from the add-on.
Yeah.
And then we brought in the Evolve guys, and we kept them in a separate chat for a little while.
Yeah, they were like, they weren't in the.
You need to sandbox, fuckers.
Yeah, but then we brought you in there, and the fucking whole chat got filled up with gifts, and then arguments from Tara.
I was voting. My vote was for adding anything animated that moved, did something. My vote was up every time.
Yeah,
let's do it.
But Cara would spend the whole day arguing about fucking artwork. You're like, get a fucking grip of yourself.
Yeah, she could argue. I know. Hey, Andrew used to argue. Him and Shannon used to get into it.
Oh yeah, all the time.
And like they would go back and forth. And Andrew, I'm gonna tell you, Andrew is a natural sniper when he's arguing. The man is very calm, but he's very direct and to the point when he's like making an argument to twist what you said, because you'll say something and he'll say, "Oh, you said."
Yeah, because me and Andrew got into it a couple of times as well.
Yes.
I think I argue with everybody, to be fair.
Yeah, you're the common denominator here. You're the problem.
No, I was right. Everybody else was wrong. That's the problem.
See what I mean?
I just did a look up on when I became like first active and as not
because you were Navi X days.
2011.
There you go.
Jesus.
2011 was when I started with Kodi and XBMC at the time, and it was Eden was my first version and my first build, and I probably still got it on a Dropbox somewhere. Because we used to use the USB backup wizard to back it up, and that's how we used to deploy.
I can remember having Kodi. I can remember having XBMC on an OG Xbox. That's when I started.
I've still got one of those upstairs. In fact, my wife found it in the loft when we were cleaning it out.
I didn't really come into it until League One.
No, it was me. But back in the day, I think in 2017, I was looking for a replacement for Popcorn Time.
Yeah.
Because it was getting harder. And I think in 4 months' time, I downloaded Kodi like 5-6 times, and I didn't know about third-party items, and I'm saying, this shit doesn't work.
Yeah. This sucks.
And then I got it to work. Then I discovered some builds, and I think 2 months after that, I already had my first build out. I'm fully skinned, keyboard and all. I went all the way.
Yeah, your work, you always did a really, really neat job, and just the quality to it.
I overskinned some builds at a certain point of time, and now I tone back a lot. Like
less is more.
Notice, yeah, but people don't notice the work you put into it, like how hard it is to change certain things. And they don't even know it. Like nobody looks at a keyboard, and I spent hours and hours fixing keyboards. And
yeah, because it was almost like it was one of those backlit keyboards with all the design. You would have I
had GIFs in my keyboards, like the space bar. You could change that for a GIF and things like that. Like and moving. I think TK and TK made some very great basic mods of AO Nox, like his terror skins.
Yeah. I saw Terror in here earlier. I'm sorry I didn't call him out. He was up there. Cell 23 says used to love weird fonts and different layouts. I just can't do like weird the fonts. I love backgrounds. I just can't deal with a real weird font, because I got to read it too much. And if I got to look at something and actually think about what it says, not just read it, that's too much. That's, it may look good, but it's not functional. I want easy and fast now. And I'm not, hey, don't take that the wrong way, but, but I want to click something into shit place, and then also sync all my devices.
A lot of new builders just basically add backgrounds again this time. They don't do much.
I am. Hey, my new build, I ain't doing jack shit. All right. I'm going to set it up. But I'm not doing no fancy shit. I just.
Well, you mean you're not going to link every single channel on the TV guide?
Oh, man.
Andrew,
back in the day, there was a day that. So I had a build and Andrew had a build. We were updating about the same speed-ish. And all of a sudden, he lagged behind for like a week or two, didn't update. I'm like, dude, why aren't you updating your stuff? He goes, I'm going to have this EPG right. It's going to be right. And I'm like, okay. So he links it into, what was that? Is Stalker?
IPTV Stalker.
So it linked everything into Stalker. Yeah, it linked everything, the whole TV guide, all the channels. He released it. He goes, look at there. I got this out there. That's why. I'm like, wow, that's cool. And I download the build. I'm like, wow, that is really good. What was it? 1 day, 2 days?
Yeah, 1 day.
That all of a sudden the IPTV Stalker changed. All that was
fucking 99% of the links stopped.
Just done. Andrew's like,
I spent hours linking that whole TV guide for nothing.
For nothing. For 1 day. It was like one
IPTV Stalker, that started a lot of the paid for IPTV stuff, because that came in and it was free for a while, wasn't it? That was just more like an advertisement, and then it went paid.
Hey, it's a drug dealer. It gave you just a little bit, right?
And then Dexter TV did the same thing.
Yeah, here's a little bit. Oh, now I gotta pay? Yeah.
Listen, one thing I'll say, there was a lot of great stuff that came out over all this time frame, but to this day, even till now, I mean, I may not be privy to something else, but fucking Mayfair's TV guide was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, that did. Yeah, it was about. What he was like he didn't last long though.
No, but that thing was so.
It was really good, but it was only like a year and a half that you could get that. Yeah, I tested it, and you're right. It was above everybody else at that time.
I was like, man, that guide was just so nice.
Who was that other TV guide that was really good? The guy was British.
Renegades. He's down in
there. No, way before that.
Well, was it Mayfair was British.
Which one?
Mayfair. You talking about Mayfair?
No. Andrew just said the name, I think.
Was it on TV? It was the one that Lee was like, he was involved with them, then they fell out. And then we pretty much ripped off their TV guide, because I remember I did all the skins and stuff for it.
But I don't remember if the name that I've got in my head is his real name or his Kodi name. But his guide, that guide was just so beautiful to look at. It was the best I've ever seen at the time. iView, that's the one.
iView. I remember iView. Yeah. That iView was pretty damn nice.
It was
I remember that too.
Clean. It was just like the right amount of info with the right amount of graphics without it being too over the top. It just looked,
and it kind of like gives you the feel of like a Sky TV guide, like the old time,
but not like a typical Kodi look and feel, because typical Kodi's like very textual, very text driven, and very thick lines and very horrible sort of text based UI. But OnTap was just, or iView was just beautiful, really, really nice.
Jet is making.
I forgot about iView until you said it. I'm like, damn, yeah, iView was good.
Yeah, he was British, wasn't he? The guy that ran that was British, and it was like a business. He ran it like a business or something.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, you have to pay, I think, to use the whole TV guide.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but like I say, there's a name that I've got in my head, but I can't remember if that was his real name or his Kodi name. But it began with an R. I'm not gonna say any more, just in case I out the guy for his name, but he was an interesting character.
Well, there was one guy that his name starts with an R that he was possibly gonna be on the show, but I don't think he could do it. Starts R-E?
No, that's not him.
Okay, all right. Okay.
No, that's not that guy.
Not that guy. It's the other guy.
I don't know who you're talking to. You're talking to the wrong people, boy. You need to bring on some OGs.
No, it sounded like a mafia wiretap. They're talking about this guy or the other guy.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna start messaging him in code words in a minute in Telegram. Be like, "Is it this guy you're on about?"
What would you say was the best add-on you've ever used? I'd probably say Genesis.
I liked Genesis because I liked the original Go TV and Go Movies, and I thought it was fantastic. But I'll be honest, for me, once it was set up right, iStream.
Oh yeah, iStream. I forgot about that.
Unity iStream was fantastic.
What was the other one? Begin with an N. It was like a green.
NaviX.
NaviX. Yeah.
NaviX.
I really like NaviX.
How to use it? Yeah.
I've got a confession. I never used any add-ons. I would just torrent everything.
Well, that baby before torrents were out, though. Because remember that some of that stuff was.
Well, torrents have been out for a long time.
We tried to get Lee to bring NaviX back, I know it wasn't his add-on, but we tried to get him to do like a similar type add-on for that. He never did it.
Yeah, but Lee was on his way out at that time. He was kind of done, and he was bowing out, so it wasn't going to be long. So I get that. Look at here we go.
And
here we go.
Technically, I guess was LimeWire considered torrenting?
Yeah.
Right?
No, that was before. LimeWire wasn't LimeWire before.
It was P2P. I mean, torrent is P2P, but it was a different
protocol.
P2P, different. It uses the Nutella network. LimeWire.
Because I was downloading the hell out of some. Oh man, look at that!
Oh, look at this! Look at that! And this ain't even the one. This is later on. I remember when you make your early ones. Hold on a second.
In the beginning, everybody was like, I remember everybody was just going, "Oh man, how do you have so much artwork in here and it's not bogging down my system and the download is so small?" I said, "All of it's online. I just put it on servers and it just cycles through. It's not in the actual build itself."
Tempest was a good add-on.
Yeah. Exodus Redux is in there, and after Exodus died, and they made Exodus Redux. There's Gaia.
Magic Dragon.
Yeah.
You had Dead Star, and then you had Destiny of Dead Star after that.
Yeah.
That's all. I don't in the far right. That's one of ours. Can't see what it is because of the chat.
Death Star.
The one on the very far right.
Yeah, that's Death Star. That was.
You got CSB and Death Star.
Oh, it looks similar to the one of our logos. Yeah, right.
Death Star. That was a gen. That was a gen, and that
was
with,
these were after me because I bowed out just before gen.
Those were all like different add-ons put together. I think.
Yeah. Just like the Borg.
Yeah, Borg.
Yeah.
The logo to Gaia looks like the tattoo of some girl on the back. Where
it looks like a tramp stamp.
It does. It really does.
That's funny.
She's the kind of girl I want to pick up in a bar.
Dab, do you remember who came up with the name for Jen? It was Diesel.
Oh, you're right, Diesel.
Because it came from Bob. It was like a shell of Bob, and like remember everyone used to say what Bob stand for is like best of the best or something, but it was literally just Bob.
Yeah, just
because everyone couldn't think of a name. Someone just went, "We'll just call it Bob." And then when they were doing the Jen template, I think Diesel was just like, "You might as well call it Bob's little sister, Jen." Yeah. And that's how much thinking goes into these names.
But the cool thing about that is because Bob was a full add-on, but then Jen was a stripped down version of that same add-on. If you add your content, boom, you have an add-on. It was like the first plug and play add-on maker, which was a great idea.
Loads of plugins, didn't you?
It was a great idea.
So you just put it out there for whoever. But that's how he was though.
That helped a load of people get their own add-on framework off the ground, and then from there, a lot of people then started developing their actual own add-ons because they saw how easy it was to build on top of Gen.
And what was the name of that wizard that came out that everybody could just change the wizard? What was that called?
Aftermath did a little
Aftermath,
bit.
Yeah. He started it, but then somebody else did it after, right? Like I can't remember. I think it's kept with the same name, but somebody took it over at some point.
You had the GUI of the GUI was a version of the Aftermath. But the crew still uses Aftermath Wizard.
Do they?
That's the base.
Doesn't Fire TV?
Yeah, that's still the
own one
base.
as well. Doesn't he have his own wizard as like his own wizard framework as well?
I think so.
Now you have a simple wizard and
simple wizard is nice.
I tell you what was a good one, and this is going to some controversy, but you remember Ares Wizard? That was a good looking.
I liked it.
That was. The guy wasn't a
liked it.
nice guy.
He was
a real arse. But the wizard
add-on was nice, though.
was really good. He was just challenging.
Yeah,
Hey, what about this? What about this titanium? Was this one of your early ones?
That's the original first titanium. Like that's the I didn't have any graphics. That was the very first one. I made one before that actually, but it was just
I thought you had one that was real white. Like you hardly see, couldn't see. It was almost nothing on you. Very clean.
At one point I did. It was I was with what the hell were those guys' names? I can't even remember anymore. It was I can't remember. These guys were like one of the first people. They had a repo when I didn't. And I had made the build and they were like, we'll put it in the repo. And I'm like, all right, whatever, like they put it in their wizard. And from there it was I left there pretty quick, but that's Titanium 18. Because the first Titaniums were before Supreme builds even existed. There was no Supreme builds at that point.
This one had to be late.
That's more that's you know what's funny?
Bob.
This version
Bob.
here. Bob's right there.
Covenant. There was the other the X.
You know what's funny too is in my early times of starting the build, I can't remember what I did exactly, but I did something that used Turks add-on. And it if you clicked something, it just direct played in his add-on without showing people that it was his add-on.
Oh, you're hijacking that motherfucker.
And I didn't mean to. I was just beginning out, I was like, oh, this is cool. It's like single click play. I could just do it this way and you don't even have to open the add-on and go through it. So I started doing that. And I got I think it took, I was, hardly anybody knew me yet. It took 1 or 2 days to get a message to me take that shit off.
Yeah.
I was like, sorry, sir.
And like I said, he's still around. I mean, he was going to come on tonight, but with the time, he's in the middle of Europe. So the time change was going to be a problem. So, but he's still plugging along. I mean, I told him hats. I'm like, fuck, I can't believe you're still doing it. Yep. He goes, I do it for me, and other people can enjoy it. So here's an Ant Renegades, where another one that worked with TV Guide stuff. It was on Tap TV. Was the paid one. And then Yep. And I mean, Renegades is he's still doing shit in the community. He still stays busy, does his own thing quietly. But there's a number of TV Guide. Jet. I think it's TV Guide. It's a simple name. It's just TV Guide.
Jet, but it's still in beta. It's a good.
It's a good. I mean, it gives
it
you
opens in it opens in a separate GUI.
It's for. I mean, I was amazed when I first started messing with it. It has the option if you're on a PC to record. So
it also doesn't require people to install Simple Client or something like that.
Yeah, it offered a lot of cool shit. Oh, and look at Ellie. She's did beautiful artwork all through Kodi. She's helped all kinds of people. It was one of those people that you see in the community. They're doing their thing, just helping them. And that's when Umbrella was in here. And it's just, to me, I've been here long enough to see this baton passed from one group or generation to the next generation. And it's cool because 99% of them are doing it for nothing. They're just here to help. Or, hey, can I just break even with what this is, costing me? But it's amazing that the history of all these people.
I'm just in Kodi so O'Neill can buy Teslas.
Say that again.
I'm just in Kodi because so O'Neill can buy Teslas.
Yeah, hey, on this panel, folks, I'm telling you, there are people with money on this panel.
I haven't got money.
I'm a papa. I am a papa.
My Kodi money is nothing. I in the reality of what I earn from that side business, I honestly I make about £10 a month.
Beer money.
More.
Yeah.
It costs. There are months where it costs more for me to do it than it does that I earn, but I do it because, I don't just have Kodi stuff on there. It's, it's always been something that I've been doing since like 96, 97 when I started out in my career. It's always been things, and I love just looking after web servers and hosting and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, there are months where I don't earn anything out of it. I genuinely don't. I bought my Tesla by selling my other car. I didn't. Believe me, the finance agreement in place will tell you that I'm just kidding. All right, I've got finance like everyone else.
Yeah.
Credit card bills.
Well, no, you do, but you do. I mean, you got your hosting company, and
But then I've got my real
Griff
job.
saying it's a plug.
Yeah.
But no, your hosting company has helped a lot of people. I've seen people that are wanting to have their web page or to have a build and put, like me, I want a web server just to put my build and me to put simple files there. I don't want a web page. And how many times you help me, and like boom, 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 here you go. And
the thing is,
awesome.
It looks after itself. I rarely get any sort of tickets. I'll get a ticket when something fucks up, right? Because computers are dumb. They do what you tell them to do. Oh, go up one screen. There was one logo there that I saw, which was at Kodi UK, which was they were a good group at the time.
Yes.
There on the right, on that one there, the community builds, the Kodi, that UK on the right hand side, they were a good group.
Yeah.
But yeah, so look, the system every now and then fucks up, right? And it means that I have to get out of bed because the pager goes off and says, there's a server down or whatever, and I have to then fix it. But the last time I got a ticket, like a support ticket, was about 2 months ago. It just looks after itself. It doesn't do anything. I don't need to do anything. All I do is just, look at the monitoring, make sure that people are not abusing the crap out of it, and then, get in touch if they are. But I also do a lot of normal websites as well now. I've got, quite a few normal websites, boutique restaurants, and a couple of hairdressers on there. I've got some people that have bought domains that they've then used with Linktree and stuff because they're selling a few things. But
man, everyone got their hustle. Everybody's got their hustle. People got to do what people got to do nowadays.
I don't have time. I mean, I'm 44, right? I'm old now. I'm getting old, and I feel my age. But there was a time where I wanted to just do something not to make money, just because I was bored. But now I just want to spend time with the family and sit down on my ass and don't do a lot. I work. I mean, I judge my work time based on how long I'm connected to my VPN for work, and I'm averaging about 11 hours a day working. And
oh shit!
I just want to go to bed when I finish.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Hey, the older I get,
it is old for me. I said I'd never make it past 40.
Hey, all right. So I don't look like I'm an overweight guy. I look like
I'm an overweight guy.
No.
Listen,
no, I ain't even talking about your motherfucker. Listen, but I mean, so hey, I started doing the guys from my school, the teachers, have ball hockey. And they're like, hey, we're starting up the league. You want to come join us? And I'm like,
that sounds a bit weird.
It does sound weird.
Ball hockey sounds personal.
I've heard this story.
So, I'll leave you boys to play the ball hockey. I'll
tell you, I'm out there with guys that are way younger than me that play the hockey their whole fucking life, and they're going down the thing and off the wall. I'm lucky if I can catch it and get it on my stick. You know, I can't get them balls on my stick, but
Hey.
but running up and down the court.
Dab's been to some P. Diddy parties.
Yeah, without the oil. No oil in this. No oil was involved in this. But running, and I'm like, I mean, sweat pouring off me. I'm like, if I can get through these first couple games once a week, you know, maybe I'll be all right. Because I'll tell you, you got to be, huh?
Are you skating now that you're in Canada?
No, there's a ski hill right in our town, but I'm nervous. I am of my upper 50s. To think about if I should break a bone going down the ski hill that's right here in my backyard, I don't think that's a good feeling. And so I'm like, I don't really need to go.
Carol, this sounds very gay, if I'm being honest.
Taking my man card.
I'm going skating tomorrow. That's my my cardio now. It's me skating two times a week. I'll go skating.
Skating.
Yeah, I'm skating twice a week now.
Right.
But skateboarding?
No. Mate, I'm fat as fuck. I ain't getting on a skateboard. That thing's not made of metal.
All right, do you do blades or are you doing roller skates?
No, I'm doing ice. I've got a custom pair of bowels.
Fuck. Where do they got ice in England?
Well, we have in rings.
I didn't think you guys had any of that shit up there.
M50s, man. Bowel Supreme M50s I've got. Custom pair, size wide 3. And I skate twice a week. And that's my cardio. It's just to help me shift a bit of weight. Yeah. I'm currently in UK weight. I'm 4 stone down, right? So in your world, that's fuck me. Hang on, 30. No,
I didn't know there was going to be math in this.
I know.
I had you guys on.
I'm googling it. Hold on.
That's a rake of weight he's lost.
25 kilo. I'm actually near 30 kilo. Near 30 kilo off.
All right, so for the Americans,
30 kilos. Are you
pounds?
What are you pounds?
30 kilograms?
30 kilograms.
He's lost.
That's over 60 pounds.
Yeah, he's lost.
Yeah. All right, 60 pounds. Damn.
Over 60.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think a kilogram is 2.2 pounds.
I'm going to Google it. I'll find out for you. How many?
See, that's the thing here. There's their metric system, but then they do imperial system on certain things.
It's 2.2 pounds.
56 pounds he's lost.
Damn.
Yeah, and that's not down the back of the sofa.
Yeah.
No, that's been a year. That's taken me a year.
It takes time to do it right. It just takes time.
That's true. If you lose weight,
I mean, I could say that, but
not doing it healthy.
Yeah.
I don't lose weight by doing sports. I run twice a week, 10K. I'm over 50. I'm almost 100 kilos. I run in under an hour, let's say. I don't lose weight.
Wow, you 100 kilo. You don't need to lose weight.
No,
that's perfect
I'm only I'm only 175 tall. So.
Okay. Yeah, you're a bit short then.
Yeah.
Hey! You're on my fucking show, brother. I know where you live. Talking about short. Don't be talking about short. I'll be catching feelings over here. No.
Hey, Carol.
Yeah.
I lost about 4 stone, but I did it by getting sepsis.
Oh yeah, but you disappeared. You disappeared on the internet and the world for like 6 months. Everyone was like, "Where the fuck is he?"
Trying to track you down and everything.
Turns out you were asleep.
Yeah, I was in a coma.
What a lazy bastard.
Fucking sleep for like 6 months in a foreign
Do you know how much we were worried about you?
We were.
I know.
No, you weren't.
I remember Shannon would say, she's like, have you heard from Griff? I'm like, no. And she goes,
Andy had
find out.
Andrew had the bunting up. He thought it was my funeral.
Yeah. That's good.
No, we were genuinely worried. We were going
but we actually were, yeah.
Shannon reached out. She's like, do you know anything about him? I was like, well, I know his name, but
I was going to hop in the car and just drive around Scotland.
But turns out I
sort of knew where he lived because obviously I had Kyra's address, and I was like, I don't know if he's far from there, but I know where he works, I wonder if I'm going to try and find. And I went looking for you on LinkedIn to try and find you, and I couldn't find you. And then you just popped up like several months later. And you're like, "Yeah, I was in a coma." And we're like, "Fuck!" Like, what do you mean you're in a coma? He's like, "Yeah, I was in a coma in a foreign country."
It turns out it's quite hard to kill me.
Yeah, it is weird. You meet these people and you work with them, and I say work, but it's like a hobby. It's our hobby. But you're dealing with people, and then they disappear, and you're like, "What happened?" You come to find out, damn near died. That's okay. Holy fuck!
Obviously, we lost someone 3 years ago, and we all rallied round for that, and that was, that was a hard one because he's been around for a long time. God rest his soul, but. When he died, everyone came together, and we got flowers sent to the funeral, and his wife was, she was thankful, and it was a nice thing that was, and he was a lovely bloke as well. Memories still pop up on my Facebook, every year, kind of like
mine too.
Hey, what about this one?
The sad thing about it as well, he also got a letter, and he didn't have nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah.
Zero. Hey, remember Mutt Nuts?
I remember that.
Mutt Nuts, yeah. He hated Total XBMC. It was just like a dog pissing on Total XBMC logo.
Yes, it was.
He was.
We've made some good people, some good friends, and this community brings people together. It does create rifts, of course it does, because we're all proud of the work that we do, and we're all proud of the effort that we put in. Like Nemzzy said, he spent a long time trying to build his add-on.
Mm-hmm.
And whilst he's very blasé about if you don't want to use it, don't use it, that kind of stuff, he's got a sense of pride of having built that and spent so long building that. He's going to be very, very proud of it. We all were, and we all went through that phase of someone was ripping it off. We took it personally, of course, but I think as we've evolved and we've become older people and we've gone through the mill, like we were saying to Umbrella, the community now versus what it used to be isn't the same. We just evolved, and we've made friends, and we got to see you get married, which was an amazing moment for us. Obviously we wish we could have been there, but someone in China decided to let the virus out and fuck us all up. But
good times.
I still want to come over. Like,
if you're ever I'm telling you, ever come to Canada, any of you guys, you come to Canada,
stay in your.
If you're coming to my area, I've got my house is big enough. I got a basement, not basement. I got a bedroom downstairs with my TV room, so it's got a big old couch TV.
Which one's got a camera in there?
You can't go in there. That's where they play all the gay hockey stuff. You can't do
the hockey stuff.
Which one's got the camera in it? The Shan Cam.
Shan Cam.
The Shan Cam. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, I was away for a year, so I figured it out. We were married, and I had to live in another country. We figured out the Shan Cam.
Are you now? Are you still American, residing in Canada?
Yeah. I'm American. I'm a permanent resident here, so I can go to the hospital, and if I have to, or go to the doctor.
Isn't it nice being able to go to the hospital without having to pay?
Oh, all right. So, hey, this is a true story, guys. So this happened. All right. So I was here like 2 months. It wasn't long. Shannon and I went to a party, and at that party, we're drinking, and then I'm smoking pot now. So I'm just smoking and drinking. That's all I'm doing. But I'm not even drinking a lot. Just rather smoke pot. Shannon smokes, then she takes an edible, then she has one kind of drink, another kind of drink, and ends up getting sick. The next morning, she throws up all night. She's like flinched up to where she can't move. I think she's having a stroke. I take her to the hospital. Boom, they see her. She's in the hospital for 3 days. Run all kinds of battery tests. They said, hey, you had arrhythmia for a few minutes because of dehydration, and at your age, don't be fucking trying to think you're young. So that makes sense. And so we get home, and I'm like, okay, so do we get a bill, and is this going to say this written off? She goes, I'm like, well, how does that work? I mean, because even if I have an insurance back at home, I would see a breakdown of what it cost and what they paid. This and that. She goes, no, nothing.
Welcome to Canada.
I'm like, wow, okay. I mean, but the downside is getting a family doctor is difficult. but now they have telemed. So
that's fucking communism you're describing.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah. But I enjoy it here. I mean, and I can work, pay taxes at a house here, but I still have to pay tax in the States, which is only on income earned in the States.
But you don't earn any income in the States.
Well, right? No, truly, I earn about $400 from YouTube, maybe a year.
Oh,
well,
okay.
that gets taxed, so I have to apply. I have to post for that and claim it, which then I can't use the cheap free a tax filing software. You got to use the one step up. So, that's the $129 a year to get your taxes done that way. So I'll end up paying like $20 for the $400 that I earned from YouTube.
That's funny.
It's like
America, you know. Freaking America is like the only country. I think there's one other country, but I forget which one it is. But it does not matter where you live. It does not matter if you have no residence in the United States, even if you make no money in the US. But let's say you move to the UK and you are working there. You still have to file to the IRS every year, even if you don't owe anything.
Right, just to say you didn't. You have to claim that you didn't, so that you're not avoiding.
At the end of the day, if somehow you lived somewhere that had less taxes than the U.S., the U.S. would tell you, well, we want the rest of what we would have gotten if you were here, even if you don't fucking live here anymore. Like
certain countries, yeah. Canada has an agreement
Canada has the best tax treaty with the US out of any country.
But wait, that could change tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
I probably shouldn't have said it too loud, but
I was going to say you could become part of America again. You be careful.
Yeah. Well, hey,
it sounds like you should leave, Lee. It sounds like you should go to Canada.
You will have left one of the original colonies and become the 51st state. Look at that.
Make Canada great again.
Hey, I heard this thing on the radio on my way to work the other day. It said America tried to make Canada their 51st state, but we just took their national pastime with them beating New York.
There you go.
And I was like, that's a funny joke. We've taken their national pastime. So, but yeah, winter comes early here, but probably December. It's on the ground staying. But people say this year is going to be early.
That's late, right?
Well, no, because it don't leave the ground until April, May.
Wow.
Yeah, May, and it was snowing at the early part of June last year, but it was just like
we're
blowing around.
We're like having summer holidays in March at the moment because that's how fucked up this country is for weather.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's winter all year.
Yeah, sometimes it just never stops raining.
Welcome to Scotland.
Yeah.
I'm in Scotland next year. I'm doing the NC 500.
Oh, we need to hook up.
Oh, that didn't sound gay at all, did it?
I can be gay if you want. I don't care.
No, it's all right.
You guys remember the
6? You said that?
My snowman.
Yes, we remember the snowman. Remember you did.
Yeah, wasn't that on your 50th?
If you're doing NC 500 on your Tesla, you're going to be in trouble, buddy.
No, because I did the Stelvio pass to Switzerland 2 weeks ago.
I'll send you a video of somebody doing the NC 500. You'll have a good time on that.
Yes, please.
Right, gents, I'm going to get it weird.
All right, Andrew.
Love you, Andrew.
Love you.
Andrew.
Hi.
Hey, brother.
Appreciate you all, guys. Nice to talk to you all again. And just everybody who's watching, I hope the third party scene in Kodi never dies. Hope people keep doing builds, keep doing add-ons, just keep having fun.
Amen.
Yeah.
Hey,
just keep me out of it because I'm sick of getting letters.
Keep your head down. Keep your head down, Andrew.
Yeah, well, I'll see you in big screen, Todd.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, we're in big screen.
I'm off I'm going to Telegram now to tell Beach that you make $400 a year from YouTube, so you can get some money.
He wants his cut.
Yeah,
he's gonna make anonymous calls to the IRS.
He says, "You know all the intros I've got."
He's that petty. He probably will.
You get a reward.
Have a good night, day, afternoon, whatever time it is. See you later.
Andrew.
All right, have a good one.
Yeah. See you, Andrew.
Hey, Andrew's probably one of my first friends in the Kodi scene. And that's no lie. I was doing builds, and then I met him, and he was showing me what he was doing, and I was showing him what I was doing, and we work together. I remember he was one of, like, when I first did one of my first live shows, it was me and him. We did one of the Kodi Matters, because we wanted to have a show where developers could come on and talk about what they're working on in an open way. Builders, whoever, share all your work. And it was his and my idea of working together, and it was a great time. And he's cool as shit.
Well, he penned the phrase, didn't he? Kodi matters to us because it matters to you. No, Kodi matters to you because it matters to us, or something.
Kodi matters to us because Kodi matters. Kodi matters to us because Kodi matters to you. And it was we love the hobby. I love the challenge at times. Like now, I just want the simplicity. I had to help some people with Streamio. Okay, Streamio is all nice, but when it's not your setup, it's hard to remember how to go back and install those add-ons, because it's not as easy as it is in Kodi.
And Tabs, just use the bootstrapper, man.
Bootstrapper.
Yep. You can in Streamio, they got a bootstrapper thing. If you just Google like Streamio bootstrapper, follow the instructions on that one time, and you'll be good to go forever. You can set up people in like 10 minutes.
Okay.
I still love Kodi, but
learning. So if you want Streamio, go Google Streamio Bootstrap, and you'll get set up in minutes.
Yeah. I'm gonna look it up because I don't mess with it. But certain people like that FlixVision, which I didn't say that in the show earlier, they supposedly removed the malware that was running that background script on all anybody that had.
Did they?
Flix? Yeah, they released it today or yesterday. That they removed it. It was Tariff Monetizer or something like that. Mm-hmm. They removed that script, and that was what Amazon and Google had an issue with, because they were basically running a backdoor on whatever service or web hits that they wanted to put into the back of the end. So that's supposedly fixed. So I don't trust. I'm like, if someone does some shady shit like that, how you trust them anymore?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's hard.
You have people who install everything.
But I really liked that freaking APK. Like the interface was just so nice.
Yeah,
the live TV worked great too. Yeah. Everything, like it was nice.
But if it's running shit in the back, you think
it was like even when that went down with Genesis or whatever. Even though it was like a fight between two people, a lot of people still said, "Yeah, that's wrong." Like it went into all of our add-ons.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I'm sure a lot of people with Fire Sticks and stuff where it's easy, and they're like, "Hey, I'm willing to let some background processes be going on if I can get my," because it had free links.
I wouldn't care.
But to me, so I knew some people like that, so checked out Streamio, and again, it's cool. It's a cool add-on or APK, but I've gotten so used to customizing Kodi.
Yeah,
it's hard to. Yeah, it's hard to not have something that's just the way I want it.
Yeah. But on the plus side, if you do Streamio and you set it up one time, like on your computer first, you make your account, you set it up, then you just install it anywhere you want, and everything's stored from the cloud. And so any movie you were watching, all your favorites, everything is just right there, no matter which device you install it on. Because as soon as you sign in, it's all linked to your sign-in.
All right, this is where I struggled with Streamio helping a friend. All right, so I had Torrentio RD, right? There's one of those plugins. I had that. It was set up. It had his API. So then his API changed because he had to change his email address. So that his API changed. So when we went and put it in there, I couldn't edit that. I created another one. So now I had two Torrentio RDs, and I'd get confused. All right, which one do I delete?
Yeah, you can do it that way, but you just gotta delete. Like you have to click the settings to see okay, which one has the right code, and then delete the other one.
Yeah,
but it's not perfect, but it's it's definitely a little strange. But once it's set up, I mean, I use it more than Kodi now, just because I'm all about, like, I want to get in and out. If I'm gonna watch something, I can load that up faster, watch something quicker. But I like everything still, so it's all good to me. But I think Streamio has a good place, especially for if you have people that aren't as technical, right? If you set up that initial setup for them and get them their account, relatives, whatever, friends, then you just say, here's your username, here's your password, download this app on any device you have, sign in, and it's going to be the way I set it up for you.
Yeah.
That's easier for, in that
True.
regard, but.
Well, the other thing, don't they have it where you can do those profiles, and so you can create like custom profiles that's like let's say a sports thing. So you go to a sports theme, or it's not a person, but it's like a theme. You click on that, and then you can change all your track lists. Will change to what you adjusted it to. You know what I mean? You're able because you're able each profile you can have custom lists.
Custom lists, yeah, and I use Tracked a lot, like still for you know just creating lists, just because it's so easy to find them as soon as I get in places. I'm like, all right, I can just load my track. But at the same time, like Streamio's made me a little lazy because everything just stays right in there too. Like you have your whole history. You have. I'm like, oh, this is. I don't even need to add. So sometimes I add stuff to Track like way later. I'm like, oh, I gotta add this.
Yeah. Oh, so on yours you have it just it's pulling your certain. Like you have a watch folder, I would guess.
I set up all the TV shows and movies and stuff that I well, movies I get rid of once I watch them usually, but if I want to watch it, I just throw it in there.
Yeah.
You know, TV shows that I like, I just keep adding them, and then it pops up like a little number in the corner. So you get like 1, 2, 3. So you know, oh, there's 3 episodes since the last one I saw, or you know, there's 2 episodes, and then they make it pretty easy to just go, oh, this is what I need to watch now.
Yeah, he does some. It's a cool add-on, or not APK. I enjoy it.
I mean, I would say, given the just the simplicity of it, aside from the initial setup, because it confuses people a little bit.
Yeah.
Given that, I try to give that to like everybody that I know is like older folks. They don't want to tinker. They don't want to go, oh, this add-on needs an update or whatever, because it just does everything by itself in Streamio. It updates itself. It does everything. Everything just goes. So I like to give it to people for that.
Yeah, it is a cool look thing. I messed with that. I tried out Syncler. Syncler was reminded me a lot. Reminded me of Streamio. I mean, that somewhat of the same a layout.
I liked Syncler when it first came out for sure. I eventually stopped using it when my whatever paid period ran out or something, but. I was like, but I liked it. I meant to get it back again, and I totally forgot to.
And they had an update what was it, 3 months ago that revamped the whole thing. I can't remember if it went from 2.0 or 3.0. I want to say 3.0 is what they went to, some big overhaul of how. And again, a lot of it's tracked based, so and how it runs, which is cool. But I don't know. It just gets to where. I see this stuff with a bunch of stuff. If like Shannon likes the rows of images. Me, no. Let's just get to where I need to get.
I used to love all the graphics and images and everything, and now I'm just like, I'm getting old. Let me just get right to what I want to watch, and that's it.
Yeah.
I just use
give me that.
For myself. I use a simple
my kid
skin.
has become obsessed with. My cats now. He's running around chasing them with a spatula, trying to hit them. I keep telling them they're gonna get you one day. You're gonna get a bite or a scratch, and then you'll learn.
Hey Todd, I'm gonna go now.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna drop as well. It's late for us.
That's cool. That's cool.
You guys
it's later for funds, to be fair.
It's 2 a.m. here.
Yeah, true that.
See you later.
Only have to work at 7 o'clock. So.
You're at work tomorrow as well.
Yeah, 7 o'clock.
Fuck that.
And that's the one thing I'm moving here. I got the weekends off, working that Monday to Friday. That 8:30 to 3:30.
Good talking to you again, Todd. I'll see you.
Yeah, Griff.
See you later, Griff.
I see you in our Telegram rooms.
See you, Calvin.
See you later, mate. Yeah, I'm gonna hit the hay as well. It's been amazing to catch up with all of you. And Lee, I've never met you before. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
You too.
And everyone that's out there listening or watching back or whatever, just be nice to everyone. Just be nice.
There you go.
Yep.
Just be friendly. Because we're all bastards in our own way. It's look, Kodi and XBMC and streaming and stuff. For me, it gave me a hobby. It gave me a bit of fun. It gave me a break. It introduced me to some people that You know, I've never would have never met before, and you know, Butcher's a good friend, and we don't speak all the time, but we don't need to. We know that if he needs to speak to me, he knows I'm there for him, and likewise,
same way.
Know, and I don't like talking on Telegram much, but if he messages me, I'll talk to him, of course. But you know, it's introduced me to a lot of people, and you know, made me aware of a lot of different things, and it's brought me closer to some people, and it's great. You know, I'm just rambling because I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm waiting for you to pass the fucking plate. I thought we were having a sermon right there. I thought he's like, get ready to pass the plate, folks.
I'm here.
Pass the plate.
I love you all.
No, it's all good. Hey, Carl, love you, man.
Appreciate it. Listen, thank you so much for inviting me on and thinking of me when you wanted to put this together.
Yeah, you're my friend.
I genuinely appreciate it. But good night, everyone. I'm going to shut the fuck up now.
All right. Later, bro.
All right, good night. Take
care. Love you. Bye.
My boy, I'm telling you, it's Carl. Known him a long time. Good time. Great, and that is a lot of times we.
He dropped out, and then I lost the sound again. It's so weird, but I'll get it back. Hold on.
Yeah. But we find that people in this, these friends that we've had them for almost a decade. It feels like. It is awesome. Are you down, Funster? You can hear me.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So Lee's fixing his stuff. So, yeah, technology, man. That's why I actually had to take my earbuds off because the battery had died on them. So that's why I had to go to these. I was like, go back to these.
I have bought some very cheap ones, and they go forever.
Really? The only thing I don't know. These are they were called. It was like phone. It was like the phone brand. There's some like a generic brand in England. I'm trying to remember what it was called.
There you go.
I can't remember.
It's just freaking. It's the AirPods. Like every once in a while, they just lose the sound. Can't hear anything.
Yeah, I have 16 euro. I have AirPods from 60 euros, and they work great.
There you go.
I need to get something different. I need to get something different. Because it's not gonna work.
I don't use them enough to. Normally, I just use one to fall asleep in bed.
Yeah, I fall asleep sometimes with one too. Then I wake up and it's in my hoodie. Like I gotta get it.
I gotta have dark. When it's time to go to sleep, I want dark. I want dark, maybe a fan, and that's it. I don't want no noise. I don't want no light other than the fan.
Yeah, I need to watch something to fall asleep.
Shannon, she wants to turn the TV on, so we've accommodated that she puts a timer on for 10 minutes. So after 10 minutes, I know she's gotten down enough to maybe go to sleep or get close to it, and
it works. It's a good compromise.
Yeah, because I just can't wake up at night.
The rest of the world can learn from you guys.
We're international love. International love. This was an American and Canadian coming together. Creating this bond over 1,000 miles separate.
We don't sleep together, only on date nights.
I'm not there yet.
Our schedules are too far apart.
Yeah, be
working
careful.
schedules.
See, that's one of the things when I moved here, and it was like, do I want to be a butcher? And she says, do you want to be a butcher? And I'm like, no. And she says, well, that's what you've done your whole life. I said, exactly. And that means I got to work nights. I got to work weekends. I got to be working on the holidays, and I can't enjoy a holiday because I'm worried about do I have enough product? Do I have enough staff? All that stuff's in your head. And I was like, I want to go to work, do my work. I'll give 110% at work. At the end of my day, hey, okay, I'm going home, but I want to come home, be with my wife, be home on the weekends to plan shit, to do shit. And even if I don't make as much money, and that's just what I do. And it's definitely a good feeling, because for here, like for me, you guys, I don't know if you knew, I work with high school kids and with like special needs, and it's sometimes we get wrapped up for me, I was wrapped up in busting my ass every week, but was I better in the life of the world and those kind of shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very rewarding job,
And so now it's like, hey, let's take another try at this in a different direction, even though you know, I still do the work, but it's good. I mean, I can't say how much things your life will feel like it's in sync.
Yeah.
You know, like I was saying earlier, everything just seems like boom. Okay, this is supposed to happen, even if it's not perfect. At least it feels like, hey.
That's how I'm feeling right now. Like
yeah,
I'm in that mode of happening right now. So
yeah, and that's you got to enjoy those moments because
really
you think of it. That's where I'm every day. I'm like, blessed today. Thank you, God, for today. Right now, this feeling, you know, my situation. So it's good to hear that you're having that kind of you know, perfect in sync running down the stream.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I had it, so I feel extra good about it.
yeah. I think sometimes people chase money, and you know,
chasing
money.
You do. I mean, I changed my mindset really when I spent about 20 years going into an office every day for work, and I would be in there, you know, Monday to Friday. In the beginning, I was working weekends, but like pretty quickly, I got to a Monday to Friday thing, and I was working from like, I think 4 to midnight. It was like my
the second shift.
Yeah, I kind of didn't like it. And then I ended up at 3 to 11. You know, I got it a little earlier, and at one point I got to 12 to 8, and that's about as early as you could do in my industry. So I was like, I'll take it. And but I still was going in every day, and I'm in New York City, so sometimes it'll take me an hour and a half to go 10 miles.
Jesus.
And then I got to go back home. So I'm thinking about the 8 hours in the office, the hour and a half to drive there, the 45 minutes to drive home. And I'm spending all this time. And then I got to buy food in the middle of Midtown Manhattan where the office is. It's costing me $20 to $25 for lunch every day. I'm paying for gas, tolls, all this stuff to drive in. They were subsidizing a lot of my parking, but they were taking $20 a week out of my paycheck for the parking garage. So all that, I'm just adding up. And then COVID hit, and we got all these laptops and stuff, and we went home, and lo and behold, everything was done just as good from home for, you know, pretty much for 4 years. Then the company tried to get people to start coming back.
Yeah.
And my department was just not having it. We were like, we've done everything just fine for all this time. There's no reason to go back. And my boss, you know, agreed with us, and he, you know, basically fought with them and got us to stay permanently home.
Wow.
And I said, look, if they had made me go back in, I would have just looked for any other remote job possible, because 4 years at home, you realize like how much more time you spend with your family, how much more time you know, everything is so much better. As soon as you finish work, you're already home. You don't even have to.
Don't you work more from home? Like hours?
I think I do. Like, because if I sign off,
you finish a job, I think, because when it's time to go, you go. But when you stay home, you finish the job.
I agree. And sometimes I'll sign out. Like, let's say I'm supposed to leave at 11. If I sign out at 11 and somebody hits me up at 11:30 and says, hey, there's an issue that you know how to fix, I don't know how to fix it, can you jump on and fix it? It takes me 5 minutes to jump on in my house. But if I had left the office and I was driving home for 30 minutes out of my 45-minute drive already, and you call me and say, hey, I ain't turning around, you better figure it out yourself. So, you know, they get more out of me that way anyway. So I'm like, it just makes more sense to be home. I'm saving a lot of money, and you're getting more of my time. You know, but
I'm 6 minutes from my work.
That's practically like working from home. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about just as good.
Yeah. Hey, get this. I can see my work. It's actually, I think if you counted it, it's actually about 2.5, 3 blocks from my work,
nice.
Where I live. I mean, I can see the tall part of the high part of the building. It's just a couple streets, and it's like, I've never lived in city, and I call this city. Lee, we've got like 60,000 people in this city, maybe 70,000 in this. So it's a pretty small town, but I can, you know, just walk right there, no problems.
Once I'm, you know, relocated not too far from you, I'll have to come check you.
Yeah.
Check you out.
Well, you're not going to be staying anywhere. You're going to have to get at least north of Bracebridge. So, like, if you try to get anywhere south, like towards Toronto, you got to go a ways because everything is expensive. So,
yeah,
that's why we're like 4 hours straight north of Toronto. So just straight
4 hours
straight up.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean,
it's
from where I'm planning to move, it's about an hour and a half drive to Toronto. So 5.5 hours. It's not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, Toronto's growing. I mean,
I love Toronto, man. Like I'm a city guy though, you know? So to me, I go to Toronto. I hear people all the time saying, Toronto is like, people are rude. I'm like, go to New York.
You don't know rude.
You don't know rude till you go there, you know? Like, but it's always a mentality thing too. I tell people, I don't find New Yorkers rude. It's other people do, like, especially if you come from the South and you have a different kind of, but I just know that everyone here is so busy. They're not trying to be rude. They just don't have time. They're trying to get to where they need to go and they don't have time for you. And that's, I guess, considered rude, but I don't consider it rude because I just understand it. I grew up in it, you know, so I get it.
Yeah.
And I go to Toronto and I'm just like, nobody's rude. Like the police are offering to give me a ride somewhere. I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, most of the time, hey, in New York, if police ask you to give you a ride, you may not show up.
Exactly.
Just take you off somewhere.
I've lived in New York for 43 out of my 45 years on this earth, and I've never been offered to have a ride anywhere. Not one time in any of those years. I was just standing on a corner looking confused in Toronto, and the policeman drove up and said, "Where are you trying to get to?" I told him, and he said, "You want a ride? It's only about 5 minutes by car. I'll just drive you over there." And I was like, I was with my fiance, and I looked at her. I said, we were like, we didn't trust it because we were just like, what's the catch? Something's wrong here. Like we're not used to that. But everybody was just really nice in general, even though they were busy hustling around.
I mean, I don't mind Toronto though. The only thing is for traffic.
Yeah,
I just don't like. I don't like
over there,
and because it's just so many people, and that's just going to happen. So, but I enjoy it going now where we live now. It's kind of quiet. But I'm in a small town. Like I can be at the gas station is 3 blocks away too. You know, I mean, so I can get places, but I've never like lived in town. Yeah. I've always lived. I had an acre and a half or 2 acres that I lived on. So what? No, no real.
You were
neighbor.
Isolated. Yeah.
Yeah. And now it's like, well, I got neighbors. So Shannon always says, you know, I'll talk to every one of my neighbors. If I see them outside, hey, I'm gonna go over there and talk to you because I want to see who you are. You know, and connect, and they're because they the damn people going to be watching your house when you ain't home. You know, if they all of a sudden see a van pull up, they'll be like, "Damn,
yeah." And
I know Todd. I didn't know Todd was
like,
or if they don't know you, if they don't, if you don't have a name or face to them, but once they know kind of who you are, like, oh well, they don't like Todd. I don't see him. Why is he carrying out that TV?
Sucks to be Todd. Oh well.
Yeah. So
then you come home, they're like, I saw it, but I just figured you were moving.
We even had the police come by and look at him and talk to him for a minute, help him actually bring some of the stuff out. The weather is different though. I mean, having to get used to snow. And actually
especially
have snow
from
tires.
The Carolinas.
Yeah. I'm like, snow tires? What? They're like, yeah, you best to get snow tires, even though they plow the streets. I mean, they do a good job plowing, but there's a lot of the months when it's minus every single day. Yeah. So whatever snows on the ground is rock solid.
Yeah, that's not fun.
No, it's like driving down back roads. It's like all potholes, but it's ice. So, but they take care of it. I mean, you get around. Compared to when I was in North Carolina, it would be like state of emergency, stay off the roads.
Well, yeah, because they never get snow, so they don't know how to handle it. I remember the first time, it wasn't that long, it was maybe 10 years ago or to somewhere between 10 and 15 years ago, Atlanta had gotten snow for the first time in God knows how long.
Yeah.
And there was like 12 car accidents on the highway. I was like, yeah. And then I'm looking at the news and I'm like, it's this little dusting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they really just don't know how to handle it at all.
Right. Well, they get freaked out. So get on the brakes hard. Well, so that's the worst thing you could do. You're better to just kind of coast and know, slow down easy, not hard on the brakes. But that's what they do, and they don't know. But yeah, here, I mean, people do more shit outdoors here. Yeah. So again, I'm playing ball hockey. I'm trying to live through it. Hopefully, this ain't what kills me, but trying to play it once a week. But skiing, people are ice skating, people play hockey. Like people my age playing hockey 3 or 4 days a week. biking around here, like trail riding, winter snowmobiles, snowmobile trails everywhere. So it's like, I've never been where there's so many of my friends are super active.
Yeah. I mean, and that's awesome though. Then you wonder why Canadians have a 4 to 5 year average life expectancy higher than Americans. Yeah. Well, that's why, because they're always, they do more, they're more active, they do more stuff, and they eat better food. So I went to I've been to Quebec City a few times, but I went to this mall in Quebec City, and this mall is crazy. It has like a whole indoor like amusement park, like with roller coasters through the sky, and at the bottom it has like a ice skating rink that goes around. Every single kid in there can ice skate like you. I'm just like, wow, that's but that's the culture. That's where you live. That's where you grow up. So it's, and I just look at it. I'm going, if they tried to do this in New York, everybody'd be falling down all over the place. It'd be crazy. It's really cool to see that. It didn't matter 2 years old, 3 years old. They're skating fast as hell down that ice.
The hockey, watching them do the sticks things, just like most of the guys that I'm playing with ball hockey, they're all played hockey their whole life, ice hockey. So like their stick skills where they just it's amazing, because you think a little wrist shot should be, I got a lot of speed on it, man, mine looks like grandma popped out of that damn. Every time I do a shot, it's dribbling down. The other guys, they're like, top shelf. They can hit right where they want in the net. And mine's like drip, drip, drip. The guy stops it. But I did make 4 goals. I've played in my first game. I made 4 goals.
That's good.
And I felt it was because we had very few subs that night. I actually started to see Jesus as I was running down. I was so tired at some point. I was like, and snap of a wrist, and ended up making a few shots there. But now we have more players, so you have more subs. Right. So now instead of, we used to have 1, so it's a slower pace. Now that we have 3 subs, it's a faster pace going. Everybody's like, come on, if you're tired, get off the floor, So some of these guys are booking it. Hey, Todd ain't booking it. I mean, you get a little sprint on me for a little bit, but I don't have that endurance to book all the way down the floor. I got it, but it is good to do it and to get out. But these guys that I'm playing with I know they just, they don't laugh at me. They're being polite because they're Canadians. But I mean, I know that their eyes are just like smiling every time they see that they got to get. I'm defending. They're like,
we're gonna freeze them with the stick skills.
Yeah, and they said, and right around me, I'm like,
it's all right. You got to learn. It's a nice credit to you to be out there. These guys have been doing it their whole life, and you're just starting now. So
my wife said I should bring a ball and just sit there and hit the stick. Just kind of. But I'm like, I don't want to be scratching on my floors because we got like hard floors. I'm like, no, I don't want to. I said, I'll stay not great.
I'll stay not good. I'm
to be scratching up my floors.
Oh man, that's funny.
It is great. I mean, it's with now that it's getting close to winter, I'm kind of looking forward to it. You don't have to mow.
That's true.
Do have to shovel.
You do got to shovel though, or get you a good snowblower.
Yeah. I probably need to get one of those. But
you know what I saw a lot of people in because in the southern part of Buffalo, you're right on Lake Erie, so you get the lake
they get a lot.
Snow.
Yep.
And I seen a lot of people because I was looking for houses over there. I started like going through. A big selling point if you live down there is that you have a heated driveway, so that it melts the snow for you. The driveway, the walkway, they use a whole water system, and I saw a whole video on it on YouTube. It's crazy, like those instant hot water heaters, and they pump the pressure through, and it goes through all these pipes outside, under your concrete, and then it just keeps cycling and cycling and cycling, and it melts the snow for you.
So the snow never has a chance to build up.
No, it still builds, but
it would be melting.
Once it is melting away, but it's because it comes down so hard from the lake effect, it'll still build. But once it stops snowing, then it's just coming down. But probably, if it stops in the nighttime, by the time you wake up in the morning, your driveway's dry, you're good to go.
Yeah, or at least it's not
Yeah, I said that's cool, man. Like I would never live in the south of Buffalo because I mean I have no problem with snow, but I don't want to intentionally put myself in a place where 7 feet could fall in 6 hours.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, you're at some point you're gonna have to dig out your car, and then you always got to be getting the snow off the top of it. You always got to be doing it. No, I mean it's a pain when I'm here and I get to do it.
And it's such a crazy difference. Like in the southern part of that city, because I did so much research on the area. Like it's like I think they average like 142 inches a year or something, if you're right on the lake, like right a little bit inland from the lake. But if you go to the northern part of the city above the lake, you get 80. I said 80 a year really isn't that bad. Yeah, you know that's 10 8-inch storms, 10-inch storms, whatever. You know, that's for the whole winter. So it's not that bad. I can deal with that, no problem.
Yeah, I get you there. Well, I just don't know Toronto. I haven't drove through there in the winter yet.
Toronto, I mean, I've been there in the winter, the summer. I really love that place, man. It's like, to me, it's just what New York City should be. That's how I view Toronto. As far as like the cleanliness, the politeness, like if New York City, if New York City was as clean and as polite as Toronto, it would actually be the greatest city in the world. Yeah. But because of the way people are and how dirty it is, and and now even here the political climate is too crazy. Like we're generally like a very one-sided city usually, but there's a growing faction of people that are getting loud and trying to and I'm just like I'm not I'm too old for this. I don't I see where this
there's
is
a
going.
lot of there is just a lot of division. They're trying to keep everybody fighting about it's like we're always finding them and us, left versus right, conservative versus liberal, pro-life, pro-choice. Everything has got to be, you're either all this or you're all that. And it's like, why do we got to be, we don't. Can't we see
why do we have to identify as a political party? Like that's to me, it's just ridiculous. Like you can feel a certain way about one thing and feel like a certain way about something else from the other side of things, and that's fine. Like I just don't understand I do understand. I know that it's being done on purpose. They want us doing this fighting because they're looking at it as if we're fighting with each other, we're not paying attention to them robbing us blind all the time. And that's really what it boils down to. And we're as a general population, we're just not smart enough to see that for whatever reason. We fall prey to the division that's
propaganda.
Yeah, and it's the media outlets, all that stuff. They all put out a different viewpoint, and it's all done. When you look at who owns them all, it's you can they just tell everything.
Yeah, it's not a lot of people. It's the same people own. The same people own most of everything,
and that's even like worldwide. I mean, there's people that own media networks in damn near every country.
Yep.
Like. So it's a pretty crazy thing. I really enjoyed certain things, like as an American when I went to Canada. I'm sure you realized certain things too, like the what's up, Quinn?
Hey, Quinn.
Like having no drug commercials on TV. That must have been
none
for you.
Yep.
As soon as I went to Canada the first time, I was like, I love this. Like I actually I like watching the TV there. I don't mind the commercials. But I noticed within the first half hour of watching something, I'm like, there would have definitely been a drug. Nobody said anything to me that there was no drug commercials. I didn't know. I just noticed it myself. I said, oh, this is, it's like a lot of little things like that. And I realized that's a much better thing. They're not trying to push all these drugs on you all the time. And
it's it's a different mindset. It's just more people are socially aware. Than Americans on a lot of things that are you would think is common sense to everybody, but sometimes people aren't willing to see what's the common good for everybody. So here they tend to be more open to, I don't want to say socialism because that's what people say, but it's not. It's more socially aware of your difficulties. So I'm going to help you because there's some things that we can do to help you.
I mean, you know what it is? Theoretically, it is a socialistic thing, but that word is just there's so many different versions of socialism throughout time, and of course everybody wants to harp on the bad thing. But I mean, if you look at everything FDR did in America, that was all considered socialism. Social Security is socialism.
Yeah, it's right in the name.
Is socialism.
It's
it literally is in the name. Like so, and nobody's complaining about that. They're like, hey, we love our Social Security. Let me get my check. So, you know, but you're all about it if it's for you. But if it's helping somebody else and doesn't help you any, then, you know, that's the difference. I think what I noticed from talking to more Canadians is they realize that something helps someone else and doesn't help them. And they don't care about that. They're happy to help the other person. And in America,
my wife has said that. Yeah.
People are just like, oh, that don't benefit me. Why do I have to pay money for him? You know, it's like, and I'm like, that's such a selfish attitude, you know?
And that's an exact, my wife, we were talking about it a few weeks ago. She said, I don't mind paying a little bit extra on my paycheck or through my taxes to help somebody that may be struggling as a single mom or somebody that's just starting out that's struggling. She goes, I don't mind paying extra to maybe help them because that's going to help me is to having a better community. Because you know,
you're making a better person somewhere.
Yeah.
We have I think once a year we have an extra tax that has to be paid separately. Everyone who's working over 18 years pays, I think, 120 euros.
Okay.
That goes to a separate thing that helps people who can pay everything with their normal health insurance or something like that.
Yeah, I mean that, and 120 euros to most people is not the end of the world. You know,
no,
for a whole year, it's you're looking at 10 euros a month.
And you never know when you might be in that situation. And my wife says, "What happens when I get old and I'm on the CPP or old agers here? I would want people taking care of me because I can't no more." Through the social programs, and that's how you're going to keep everybody going, because this is all about, you got to keep your workers working, just keep this whole machine running. Mm-hmm. But if we keep screwing around the people that keep the whole machine running, that influx of money, because we're buying new stuff, we got to have the newest boots, we got to have the newest shoes, we got to have the best car, that want because I got money in my pocket, I can spend it. You make that number small enough because you don't have enough people or they don't have that extra money. Who's buying your fancy fucking shoes? Who's buying your stuff? Because they don't have that money no more.
Exactly. That's what I never understood. Like when you keep watching the middle class shrink and it's plain as day in front of your face.
Yeah.
And you can see it. And I'm like, all these companies are making, billions and billions of dollars, like Apple and all this stuff. And I'm like, that's great for y'all. But, the less people have to spend every year, the less profits you're going to be making at a certain point.
So that means you got to go up on what you do sell. Yeah. That's how they make that. Ever since COVID, I worked at the grocery store. So you buy less, so they raise the price.
Mm-hmm.
So now,
here comes the inflation.
Yeah. Here, what used to cost you $1 now costs you $1.29.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, when I worked at the grocery store, we made more money. Because I ran the meat department, and we made more money as a company, setting record numbers, like those couple years. You couldn't lose money. It was just so those marks were made in your profit and loss sheet. The company had made a certain amount of money. Oh, hold on, Albin's coming. What's Albin?
Hello.
I figured I had to come in because I just got back home.
He's coming to ask for the 400 euros.
Wait, we lost. Oh, tap it. No, wait, no. Hold on, his mic does this once in a while. It's just like, unmute yourself.
Okay, you there?
There, gotcha.
There you go.
Okay. I basically jumped in because I was 80 miles out from home, and I was watching you, and you're still yapping. Oh my God. I'm not there to shut Todd up, to let him know that, he's been on for what?
I don't care.
Well,
This is I don't.
I know. Hey, I know. I understand, and
I'll be sitting down watching TV if I wasn't doing this.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad you got all your buddies out. You know, I'm glad everyone came out for you. I'm glad to see you guys out there. You know, but when I came home, I popped on the TV, and there you are talking Canada speak. And I'm like,
Canada speak. I haven't left you guys yet.
Do you say A, Todd?
No.
Do you say
no.
A? No.
No.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the day.
I hear A.
He says
I hear
sorry
A.
now. Sorry.
No,
sorry.
It's sorry.
Sorry.
It's sorry. It's sorry. Because Shannon, the first time she said, I said, "You say sorry." She goes, "No, I don't." I'm like, "Yeah, you do." I said, "You and most people say sorry." And so one day we were on the couch and she said something. She said sorry. I'm like, I said, "You just hear that?" And then she goes,
You got a woman that says sorry, so don't worry about how she says it. You just take them sorry. All right?
Take it as a win.
Take it as a win. Oh gosh.
Hey, there's sometimes you go to an intersection here and they'll be like, "No, you go. No, you go. No, you go. No, yo."
They're sitting there for 5 minutes. Like, you go.
Yeah, we do have our. I mean, you have the. I guess they're on methadone. We got some of those folks around town because the hospital, they had a clinic and then they closed it. So of course those people are going to be wandering around, and so they do give methadone or whatever they do downtown to keep people from robbing people and doing things to fix themselves. So in a way, it's got its downsides for here, but I mean, the biggest crime is I saw that someone got stabbed in town and they actually found the person. Like, that's like the biggest news in town all week.
Well, that ain't too bad.
No, think about it. I mean, even when I was in North Carolina, be a shooting at this gas station, or someone broke into this house with guns. There was always something
crazy.
They would fill up the news with it, even in small town.
And they that's another thing I really can't stand is most places, even the local news, is just every story is negative. It's like you can't tell me that you can't find something good to tell people. That's not like there's got to be something
Nobody
good
watches
in the
good
world.
news.
No,
but I would. I want to see something good. Like, there's just too much negativity.
Yeah.
Like, let me see like some little girl who beat cancer and doesn't have $100,000 bill, and she's smiling and happy. Like, show me that story. That's a good story.
Well, I saw one last night because I watched that. What's that? The Muir guy on World News Tonight.
John Muir.
Last night, John Muir. Thank you. And David Muir.
Yep, you're right.
And so he has a story of a dog that saved his owner. The dog, the wife was missing. The elderly couple, they go to the husband, so he hasn't seen her for a while. She went to walk the dog. So a cop pulls up and sees the dog, and the dog convinced her to follow her to the wife. So that was a feel good story of the day.
There you go.
Did the wife
at
live?
least one of those?
Yeah, she was fine.
Okay.
She was
All right, good.
she was on the floor, but she was fine.
She was not dancing.
No, she wasn't dancing. She wasn't
But see,
dancing.
can't we just get one of those a day on every news cycle? Like,
But
just something,
you do get one there.
It's
You
like
do get one there. They try to find something good.
I think it depends where you are too. Like,
Yeah.
certain places are looking for everything negative they can to spew out. Like here in New York City, I don't really. It's very rare. Like when
I'm
you're
in New
watching
York,
local
too.
news, it's rare to see like every day a feel good story. Like I'm talking about the regular news, not like the late night.
I know.
Like,
I know.
5 o'clock, 7 o'clock when the news comes on. It's usually just, this stabbing in the subway and this,
Maybe 30 people inside the train.
Yeah. And I'm like, and then everybody thinks that New York City is like Gotham. And I'm like, you got to realize that you can do this every day. You can actually put these stories out and they'll be true. But that's like 8 crimes and there's 8.5 million people here.
Yep.
So you're when you look at the actual statistics, your chance of being a victim of a crime here is not that high. It's really just people don't realize just how many people, like they say that GTA has like 5.6 million people. That includes Toronto and the surrounding.
All those areas, those cities around it.
The 5 boroughs of New York City has 8.5 million people. Like, forget the surrounding. You're going 10, 12 million people easy. Like, so
compacted into all areas,
little space. So when you realize, like, 37 people got robbed in New York City today, I'm like, that's a good day.
That's a good
day. That's a good day. 8.5 million people walking around, only 37 got robbed. We're doing good.
Breaking out your calculator on that one. You want to know your percentage?
0.00000127. Like that's your percentage of chance to get robbed.
Yep. It's nuts. It is nuts.
But the news cycle will just show you those 27 robberies and be like, that's what happened today in New York City.
They played it over and over again.
Yep. I'm like, are you serious? Like, and I remember during the summer, I think it was not this summer, but the summer before, when they had all those, they were talking about the immigrants all the time. They had these guys on scooters robbing people's cell phones or pulling their bags, going by. I was watching the news and I realized, like, every week I'm like, that's the same guys on the same scooter. They're just going around. And I'm like, they're making it sound like 1,000 immigrants are robbing people all over. I'm like, it's the same fucking guys.
Got the same jacket.
Yeah. I'm like, same damn scooter, same damn jacket. And you're making it sound like every immigrant coming over here is just, first of all, where are they getting all these scooters from? Where are they parking them? Where are they, like,
there's a warehouse full of scooters waiting, because this organized network of criminals,
scooter criminals,
they're
all out there
robbing all people in the streets, bringing them back, bringing back their booty.
I was looking at it and I'm like, they'll ride by and like snatch an iPhone out of someone's hand. And I'm like, that's like the dumbest crime you could commit, because the minute that person goes in and just says my iPhone was stolen, boom, it's a brick. Nobody can use. Like, why would you bother stealing somebody's iPhone? It doesn't even make sense.
Unless you could be quick enough to think that you're going to be able to get some account stuff.
Most
people that's what you've seen on TV. It ain't so easy to pull that off if you're, because you can bet your ass whoever's phone you got is going to be getting a shutdown.
I can't remember if it was the Pixel or the iPhone, but one of them released on their newest software, and the newest version of the phone. You can turn it on, and it's a thing that says lock my phone. If it like automatically. So basically, let's say you're holding the phone to your ear, and out of nowhere your phone goes like this. It locks, because it's a motion that makes it think somebody just snatched it from you. So it locks the phone instantly. It thinks, in case you've been robbed, it locks it. Which I'll turn it on, because I can just unlock it real fast. I'd rather have that on than off. I was like,
I still have a phone that was stolen from me years ago. It's still walking around in Brussels.
Wow.
I can still track it.
You can still track it? That's great. You should go find it one day.
And they changed the name. It shows up as another brand. But
That's funny.
Look, hey, I got the flip phone.
Is that the Samsung?
Yeah, the new 7, and it is nice. I do like it, and I ended up getting another case because I wanted some more protection. I wanted some protection around the.
You got a little raised level in there.
But it does have that little.
Let's take.
Oh, the center thing from where it bends?
Center. Yeah, you can see it's got a little. It's very small though.
Well, once you get.
I like it
that.
small though. I like the smaller footprint in my pocket.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you just gotta fool them. So yeah, it's a nice phone. I'd waited like 6 years to upgrade. And
there you go.
So, because I'll stretch I have something, I'm gonna have it till that motherfucker don't work at all.
Yep.
I still got
At this point in time, it doesn't matter. Like, you could buy a phone this year, and I think in 6-7 years, processor wise, whatever, it's not going to be that much better. We kind of like hit a point of how much better can a cell phone processor be? It's still a cell phone at the end of the day.
And it's still faster than most people's computers, to be honest. That that they're able to do stuff. So, yeah.
The slowest thing about a phone is the man handling it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
that is true. You know,
so, Alvin, what were you out doing? You out riding around?
Yeah, I had a bunch of shit I had to take care of, and but I'm, was expecting to go and watch the Ice Wars. You know what I mean?
We were talking about watching that.
Yeah, I got to go jump in and on that.
Hey, Lee, I don't know.
What I take home for.
Do you got an Oculus? You ever had one of those?
I don't have one now, but I had one.
Yeah, well, a lot of people had them and they got rid of it. We use it to watch fights. You're in a movie theater and showing whatever fights or any events that we want to have through IPTV through a PC. So you basically mirror the screen on your PC onto this, and then up to 15 people can just be bullshitting while you're watching it, and you're running awesome. IPTV. So we'll run multiple fights. So if one fight gets boring, you just swap the fight over to something else.
And it's like each person is running one fight basically, and then you can just
no. One host is figuring out. One host, he's controlling what you're watching, and it's one of our buddies. So, but we hang out, watch UFC fights.
Yeah, that's awesome. I would definitely check that out. Like I got that. That'll make me buy an Oculus again. Didn't they just release a new one?
They have the 3.
The 3.
I don't know when the next one, but with me, I like the whole social because like Aubin lives in New York, Beach lives in West Virginia, Nook's in Toronto, but we get all of them and then we just get together and you're watching whatever sporting event. Plus you're like there's an avatar there. So you're talking to that person.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. I gotta check that out one day.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It is a fun time.
What is it like? A certain app that you got to use to like run through the IPTV?
Big Screen. It's called Big Screen. It's an app.
Yeah, it's a free app.
Yeah,
through the Meta
through the
store.
Oculus.
Yeah, it's right through their store. So you just install it, no side load, and then basically what you're doing is you're joining a private room, and when you join that private room, you're able to see whoever the host is, whatever they display.
Whatever.
It can be Plex. It could be, but like he'll run like an Android emulator, and that's what you see, and it'll run TV Mate. So we're running TV Mate, and then you multi-screen TV Mate. You know how you can rotate through the screens if you're watching multiple things, and we watch it. And again, you're bullshitting, and plus I can have a drink, or because I'm not going nowhere.
No, that's definitely cool. I would check that out for sure.
And it's so much fun because they're laughing your asses off.
I really like the social aspect of it because for me, I don't really enjoy playing video games too much anymore. The actual playing of the game, 100%. But I get on anyway just to talk to my friends and do whatever, and I'll play a few rounds. And it's just I enjoy talking to my friends more than actually playing the game.
That's what it was like even with the golf. That's why I got it. It's so much fun to sitting and laughing at each other, because we're trying to play a fucking golf game, and and cursing, at the game all night long. It's so much.
It is very social, and it's not hard. It is a difficult game, but it's not a hard concept. I should call it. It's miniature golf, but. To me, I'm not running and gunning. I mean, I used to love running and gunning years and years ago, but now I can't play those games. It doesn't work for me. But if I play mini golf, sure, I'm just bullshitting with Aubin or Beach, just playing away. So
it makes it way more fun.
Yeah. And to me, it's the social. Hey, keeping up, and people can't get around anymore.
Yeah, I hear that.
All right. We're going to roll, I guess, out of here. Look at Aubin had to come in here and break up my party. I can't even remember what the fuck I was talking about.
Well, you see, that I did my job. That's like I do every other Friday night,
Yeah, we're just bullshit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I'm glad I caught you guys. You know what I mean?
Caught us. We were headed away.
well, no, because you were. I thought you would, jump off earlier. and I'm, dodging through traffic, and
see, we kept the show open for you.
Yep.
I waited till you got here.
Yeah, that's to show that, that because I figured everyone thought I was still on strike, but I'm here.
He's the union rep. He's come to negotiate. For the workers. All right, hey, let me jump out here. Funster, thanks for jumping on here with us.
No problem. Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Yeah. Lee, appreciate you. Hey, I appreciate your work that you did when you were doing titanium build. Thought it was a great job, and you and Jugs guys doing your thing back in the day.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody, man. I think our whole generation of Kodi people did overall, aside from the bullshit sometimes, we did a pretty bang up job of everybody had played their role and did a lot of good stuff, and I'm glad to see some of these guys to go nah, man, there's not that many rats, you're good, don't worry about it. That's just you'll see a rat every once in a while, but they don't bother you.
No, come on, in the subway, they're not messing with you. They just let me just go get my grub that I'm trying to, carry down the street and just leave me alone.
I don't know if I could handle seeing a rat. I mean, I've seen mice.
Oh, no,
I don't know about a rat.
Rats, man. Rats on the fucking subway.
when you're from New York City, you just see a rat and you're like, all right, whatever. Now put a possum in front of me and I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? But like a rat, I'm like, get out of here.
Yep. When you see a rat running on a subway, on the seats and running across somebody's lap,
man,
it just makes your day. And you don't say nothing to nobody neither. You know what I mean?
Nobody says a word.
Nobody says anything. They're just like, oh, there goes a rat. All right.
There goes a rat. Yep.
We're just like whatever, but they really, it's very rare that they're actually on a person. You know what I mean? It's not, but they show those videos sometimes online. But Michael, don't worry about it, man. You come here, and even if a rat touches you, you'll be all right. It's not gonna bite you. It don't want to mess with you. It wants to get away from you.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well, hey, shout out to Troops. I saw him earlier. Troops. Meant to mention his name.
Troop. I think his birthday just passed, or it's coming.
It just passed.
I was gonna say it just passed.
Right.
Maybe no more than 2 weeks ago.
I'm losing my memory. You know that.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to hit up Jugs. I know I have him on Facebook, so I've seen his posts at times, but I don't think I can't remember where he lives.
He's somewhere in, I believe, Alberta. Somewhere over there.
I was thinking west.
Yeah, he's definitely west. I think Alberta. So I don't know exactly where in Alberta, but somewhere over there.
All right. Well, thanks, Lee, for coming on.
Yeah, definitely anytime.
And we're gonna go ahead and cut the show short. We're gonna cut the show short.
Oh, very short. It's a very short show. This was like a freaking Lee Talks Tech live show for sure. Because I used to be on for hours and hours at times.
Yeah, it's like
It's like, but it's good. You're just sitting there chatting, You're having a good time.
Hanging out, right? Hanging out, having a good time.
I love it. And, all right, I'll talk to y'all later. And what?
And also, we on Thursday nights we normally do in big screen. We watch a movie also because it's a pop show. Yeah,
nice.
All right, so this week's off. We're gonna have our show next Friday. Right?
We think. I don't know yet. I still didn't even make up the balance.
We'll sort that out. Maybe a week after. Busy. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll talk to y'all later.
All right. Take care.
All right.
Okay. Did you get it yet, Todd? Did you?
I did. No.
We came, you watched, we gave it our best. Packed it all in, no time to rest. You laughed, you learned, you got the gist. Now it's time to leave, but you'll be missed. Thanks for tuning in, my friends. We hope you'll be back again. But for now, it's time to go. So get the hell out and close the door. We We dropped some facts, we cracked some jokes, lit up the screen with all you folks. The clock says stop, the mic says done, but next week's gonna be more fun. The lights are dimming, the stage is clear, go grab some snacks or a frosty beer. The credits roll, the music swells, come back next week, we'll have more info to tell.